We'll have to go for it.
It's a person and a cyclops.
We won't be able to record the next session anyway, would we? With it being in person. Alright. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. That's cool. Okay. So, you're on this mountain plateau. The path has come to this point, and in front of you is this huge granite and brick just building, just looming in front with a small door in the center, and that's it. What do you do?
Yeah, I assume I can reach it from where we are.
Yeah, you
quite
guys can
easily.
walk up to it. Yeah. There's nothing blocking your path between that and the door, so you can go and inspect and stuff like that.
Cool. Leave it to me.
Well, when you get up to it, Blake, you can see that the snow's been cleared, and it looks like someone's passed maybe a month, maybe a bit longer ago. Someone's been through, but not recently. Yeah, so it would have come through here. And as you put your hand on the door to start checking, it just swings open.
Unlock the door, guys.
Inside, you see the beginning of a corridor, but it's pitch black. You could just pull your sword out if you want, mate.
Is my mic on now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was muted.
You can see the dark anyway, Car. You and Callum?
Yeah, you can, Blake. Yeah, you and Cal can. So you can see down the corridor. You see it extends as like a slab floor, simple walls, nothing extravagant. It starts as like about 10 feet and then expands into a larger room that seems to stretch back into the mountainside a little. On either side, with the light of Bruce's sword coming behind you, you see there's a few doors. Everything's in quite bad disrepair. The wooden doors some are off the hinges. The wood is just rotting and broken. Yeah.
There's not a map of this area.
No. So there's 4 doors coming off this main corridor, and then a room, like a large opening up ahead.
Yeah,
It's quite quick to get around the doors. Okay. Esmeralda, have you got a torch?
Yes.
Cool. So you spark a torch. Bruce, you have your sword, and Solid just stick with one of those. So you push through the doors. Inside, you just see a lot of the remains of habitation, but nothing that's been used in maybe hundreds of years. Broken bed frames, which are almost just piles of wood now. No sign of food, no sign of water or anything like that. When you come to the 4th room, sitting in the corner of the room is a dead body covered in tattered robes. Its face is, the skin is taut and mummified from the cold, and you can tell it's been here for a great number of years, preserved by the cold mountain air. Go up and inspect him if you want. Do an investigation check.
Please.
Cool. That's alright. That'll do it. You manage to thoroughly go through this corpse. You see, as you pull back the robes, his skin is just taut across the bones. It's almost like shrink wrapped, and you can see his internal skeleton is kept quite nicely in place due to the skin being so taut. And as you touch his arm, you feel it's freezing cold, almost like rock instead of skin. And when you lift his arm, you see in his hand, frozen in the grip, is a chisel in one hand, which is dulled at one end, and he has an iron hammer in the other. Not in this room, no.
Keep a lookout for markings anywhere.
So you exit out of the 4 small rooms, which seem to be some sort of bed chambers or just lodgings. And as you go into a larger room, it expands to the full width of the building and seems to be some sort of ruined monastery or church. There's the remains of pews and aisles of where people would sit. And at the very rear, behind a small stone altar, is a huge wooden door. It stands about 10 feet and 10 feet wide. As you go up to the door, holding up your sword for light, you see carved all across it in multiple different languages. All the ones that you guys know are on there, except maybe Infernal, if people know that one. But there's loads of different languages on here, and they all read the same message. Would you like to read it?
Yes, please.
So as you hold your light up to the wood, you see it says, "If you seek honor or power, turn back, for these walls hold naught but doom. In many vessels below, the darkness shelters a timeless evil. The danger is an infection of malevolent divinity. Our arrogance and folly forged this place into our prison. Leave now, before our damnation becomes yours." And that's repeated over and over. Yeah, it's cut. It's scratched into the wood of the door with what you'd assume would be the chisel.
Nothing here, is there? What else is new?
I say we go in. Push
Actually,
on.
we turn back and head down the mountain.
Yeah, there's no windows in this place. There's one door in and there's one door through. It's just a solid stone block that's been. So this room seems to be it's chiseled out of the mountain. They've flattened the floor. Some of the walls are caved in, well, like arched over like a cave would be. And the altar is just a solid bit of stone that's sticking up from the floor. There's nothing on it. So solid is. If you decide to push open the door, you find just with the gentlest touch, the door seems to swing open, as if something's inviting you in.
Oh, it's quite inviting. That's nice. Come on, fellas. It's easy to push the door open, and I push it open.
Beyond the door, you see an unlit stone staircase that descends 200 feet into the mountain.
I might need someone with a torch to go first. Anybody with a light
I'll go
source?
forward.
So, as you push forward, moving into a single file, you can maybe fit 2 on the stairs. They're about 2 people wide. The roof itself is like a cave roof. It's arched over and some bits are rough, but it has been hewn out of the stone to smooth it off a little bit. But the walls are smooth, except for carvings, which have been chiseled into them over time. They're elaborate and detailed.
I say,
And
hey, look at these carvings. They're elaborate and detailed.
you see at the start, they depict the monastery above, as well as a group of around 20 people. The figures are shown excavating a portion of the mountainside using magic. You can see people with like orbs in their hand and pieces of rock being moved away and floating. As you move further down the stairs, the carvings show a construction of a huge underground structure. Beyond that, the humanoid figures, you see them, they look to be trapping things in blocks of stone. You see groups of people around this block and these sort of shapes and wisps of smoke moving into the block throughout these different carvings as you descend down the stairs. You can tell from the carvings that the blocks of stone are amber, and they look to be quite large, around 10 feet high, or 8 feet high, roughly, about 5 feet wide. As you get deeper into the mountain, the air is still cold. You wrap your warm clothing tighter. You see that the quality of the carvings begins to degrade. They seem to be done with haste rather than care and precision. The humanoids begin to look similar to the evil faces that have been captured in these blocks. You see a carving of 5 or so attacking another 5 of these people. You see a carving of bodies and people crouched above. And as you get to the base, before it opens out, you see a final carving, hastily scrawled, and it's of one humanoid figure, surrounded all above by evil faces bearing down upon him. In one hand, the figure holds a hammer, and in the other, he holds a chisel. And as you pass this carving, the hallway opens out into what looks to be a natural cave.
The hell happened here?
Yep. So it's one guy with the hammer and chisel and just all these faces and like smoke carved above him. So they're not people at this stage, it's just these ghastly faces and heads almost like surrounding him in like a sheath looking down on him.
I think this is our friend from upstairs.
Sounds like it.
So as this narrow passage opens out, the first thing that hits you is the space. You've got about 60 feet in front of you before the stone facade rises up from the ground. It's barely lit by your light sources. And then the passage, well, the cave just seems to stretch either side, on and on. Blight, from your dark vision, as you move forwards towards this, you recognize what you saw when you died that day. You see the front of a structure which is 50 feet high and has 6 alcoves containing 20-foot tall statues. Each statue seems to be carved of a single block of amber that catches the light in a warm glow. It depicts a faceless hooded figure, its hands pressed together in a gesture of prayer. Between the 2 innermost statues is a 20-foot wide archway, and you see it seems to drop down.
Just say to the guys, I know this place. This is what I saw when I died.
Not touch
Reminds me.
anything.
Touch everything. Well, I heard. Huh? Don't mind me.
You walk up so
I
Solidus
can
can see
tell.
the light. You see stairs that seem to descend about 20 feet down into the structure. Also, for reference, you can probably see from your character sizes, but these spaces are 10 feet wide.
In big.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can do an investigation check on them if you want. Yeah, they're well made. Each one has been carved to look like a replica of the other one, and time's been spent to make them look like that. They're almost, if you had them in front of a mirror, you'd think it was a mirror image. But they're well made, and they seem to have maintained. They haven't degraded like the structure that you saw above. You notice down here the temperature is still freezing cold. If you took off your winter gear that you're wearing, you would definitely freeze without a fire source. And you think this would help to preserve stuff like this. It's quite a dry cold. But other than that, they're just normal statues.
I hesitate for a little bit before I follow.
So
Head on in.
you see the icy steps, and you notice they are icy. There's you almost slip as you come down, but with your boots and with the terrain you've been traveling over for the past few days, you're used to this sort of terrain now, so it doesn't cause you hindrance. But it's cold. Um, they descend 10 feet and another 10 to a time-ravaged hallway with arrow slits in the wall. And beyond the hall, it just seems to be absorbed in darkness. Your lights penetrate a little bit, but then just don't go any further.
I'm gonna grab my torch and put it in my mage hand and send it out like 30 feet in front of me.
So you're sending it into the void.
Yeah.
30 feet, yeah. So your torch goes across and you see the floor extends in front of you, and then you see broken railings of a balcony. And then again, the torch gets 30 feet, and torches do about 20, don't they? So you can see about that as you come past. After that, just darkness again.
I think it's safe to go to the railings, guys.
Yep. So people's dark vision is about 60, yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Boom.
as you enter this space and your eyes, for those of you with dark vision, you begin to see more as the room expands out. For those of you with light sources, you can probably see a bit less than this, but you can see a little bit. You see a 20-foot wide balcony of black marble with a shattered railing overlooks this vast space. Black marble staircases at each end of the balcony descend what looks to be 30 feet to a floor below. Above you is a vaulted ceiling that arches up in pinnacles. The walls and ceiling are covered in an amber glaze that, as your torches reflect, just create this this gloom. They give a golden sheen to the gloom. To the west end of the balcony, there is a set of doors that are closed, and to the other end, to the east, there is a set of doors that are open.
To this open doorway.
You're going in the open door. Okay, just make sure you can see this.
I'm visibly shaken, but I say there's no turning back now.
I pat Blight on the ass and I say, "Come on, big fella, we got shit to do."
Well, that kind of helped.
Good.
So Esmeralda, as you look in, you see this expands into another room.
Yeah. I'm gonna enter and put another look around.
Yep.
I'll follow.
My mage hand's with me with the torch now.
Cool. In that case, you're probably pushing it around the corners and stuff. This room is pretty much featureless, except for a rough-shaped, 10-foot diameter circular hole in the floor to the east.
Oh, God.
Along the wall are empty torch sconces. Double doors of amber stand open to the north and the west, and a single closed door lies to the south.
Oh,
Can
what
I
was
put
once
the
here?
light in the hole? Does the hole keep going? Is it that sort of hole?
Fire in the hole.
So as you put the torch over the hole, you see it descends about 20 feet, and then there's the walls of the hole stop, and then there's another drop to what looks like a floor below. From what you've seen in the main hall, you'd say this goes down to the floor below, but you've got 20 foot of like grippable wall, and then a sheer drop, well, a 10-foot drop.
Sounds like I should climb down.
I'm gonna just kind of like relay that to everyone. Yeah,
Okay.
because if that just goes to the floor below us, then there's no point in going
I don't
down
know.
there.
Solidus thinks it's a hole for a reason. And any hole's a goal to Solidus. Thanks.
Can I have
You
a
could
look through this
listen at the
car?
hole or anything like that if you want.
Okay, Solidus has a listen at the hole.
Make a perception
shit.
check.
My perception. Oh, that's pretty good. 19.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
So you manage to stay quiet for a moment at a time as Esmeralda travels around the rest of the room, taking a torch with you, and as the torchlight ebbs and the darkness sort of comes back, you can hone in on your listening, and you hear. It's odd. It's a crackle. You recognize it from a crackle of a fire in a local inn, or one that keeps you warm on a night. You can hear fire down there, but you're not sure where. You also don't see any light down there.
Okay, interesting. I relay this to Esmeralda and I say, hey, I hear fire. I don't see fire. But there's definitely a fire down there.
Do I know anything about invisible fire or dark fire or anything like that from my monster stuff?
Make a monster stuff.
Where's
What's your
Callan? I
monster check?
wanna drop Callan down.
Hmm.
Just pick him up and drop him down.
Just make a
Don't betray.
straight intelligence check.
Eh, 12.
Well, at this point with the situation you're in, nothing really clicks.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll let you stand at the doors and I'll reveal a bit of the area for you before you walk straight in.
It's a sudden drop.
Yeah.
It's a bit of
In-
despair.
Inch to death.
Oh,
So it's you
cracked
see a
floor.
20-foot wide corridor,
Mm.
and it extends forward out of range. As you can see about 40 feet from where you stood. Past that, again, it's just darkness. On the right-hand side, you do see a closed door. Make sure you can see that. And that stands out. It's just well, all the doors here are they're made of amber. The walls are coated in amber, and the doors are made of like a solid amber and like metal mix. So you see a door on the east wall, and you also see that on the west wall there are 3 more arrow slits that, from your orientation, would look into the main hall. The floor, which is carried on in this black marble, is cracked, and the cracks seem to run on into the darkness.
nobody step on the floor.
Yeah,
If I see
you
him
put your
doing that, I'm
foot
just going to
forward.
hold on to him.
Okay. You put your foot forward and gingerly press your weight onto it. And as you do, you don't feel any give at first, and you get a bit more confident. And then you step onto it and it holds.
I give him a little shove from the back.
Oh, God.
It's a little step push forward.
Make a strength check, Solidus, and make a dexterity save, Bruce.
No.
If strength beats dexterity, then you fall.
18. Too late.
Morning.
Dexterity. You gotta beat 18, otherwise you fall.
Oh, how embarrassing for Solidus.
As Solidus pushes you, you just catch your foot and look back angrily. Or like, what the fuck are you doing?
I say, ha 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 ha. So I laugh
Yeah,
now.
maybe come back and Blight could fly in.
Is there enough room for me to do that? Guess
Yeah,
there
it's
is,
20
isn't
foot wide, dude. So
there? Yeah, fine, I'll do that.
Get in. Spread your wings.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
So, like, you fly down the corridor and you see it extends around 70 feet in total. At the end, you see an open set of amber doors again.
Is there any visible way of them opening? I give
They're
them a
open
bit of a-
already, mate.
Oh, fine. I will
Would you
proceed
like
in.
to go through? Okay. So, the walls and ceiling of this area have collapsed. This seems to be a stone room. The amber's shattered off it and is littered across the floor. To the west and the south, the doors that you came through on the south are open. The ones on the west are open. In the center of the room is a 10-foot tall
Oh,
statue. It's made entirely of amber, and it has a jackal's head and warrior. It's dressed as a warrior. You can see its pulsing muscles across its chest and its huge arms. As you enter the room and look at it, its head cricks up and turns to face you. I need you to roll for initiative.
Oh my
oh,
god.
fuck. Everyone, yeah, not just them two.
Blake,
Um,
why don't you fly in, Blight, and check it out?
You can all roll.
Yeah.
No, everyone can roll if you want.
17.
Okay.
18.
15 for Solidus.
18 for Esmeralda, 15 for Solidus,
Can we not just
23.
talk it through with him?
23 for Callan. Bruce? 9 and 12 for Irina. So. No, so Blight and the Amber Golem will get the first round, and then everyone else will be able to react from there. Let's just get
I'm just like,
some.
guys.
So, Blight, you have actually beat the Golem, so you're first.
Cool. I mean, I can't obviously go and talk to him.
This figure you can see from it, it's just solid amber. It has no mouth, it has no eyes. You can almost see through it. You can see the wall light coming through behind, but it's literally turned its head and raised its fists. It's in an aggressive stance, you could say.
Alright, well, fuck him. Give me a second. I'm just gonna fire an arrow at him.
Lead it back across
Roll
the
for attack.
crack blow.
I want to lure him back over here, don't I? I've got 25.
That hits. Roll for damage.
Nice.
9.
9. So as you fire the arrow, and you expect it to do good damage, you've got good weight. You've managed to, even in the air, get a good pull. You loose, and it pings off the figure and falls to the ground.
Oh.
It does no
Okay.
damage.
I'm gonna.
Your arrows are normal arrows, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does
I'm gonna-
absolutely no damage, mate.
I'm gonna dash away and head back over. Okay.
So each one of those is 10 feet. So
Right.
you've got a fly of 40 anyway, haven't you? So
Yeah.
and you can use your bonus to dash. So yeah, you can get back to the party. You can get behind Solidus if you want. So that's
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
Yep.
Something's coming, guys. Something's coming, and it is angry.
And
Oh.
as Blight says that, you hear this noise coming from the other end of the corridor, a huge thud, and through the doorway, as it comes through the doorway, it reaches up and smashes one of the doors, and you just see this amber and stone just shatter into pieces as it comes through. It moves slowly, but it's huge. This thing's like 10 feet high. The cracks you can see are from where it's smashed the floor previously. It's moved 30 feet, and its eyes are now locked towards you at the door.
I'll get him Solidus.
Do I know what that thing is?
It looks like this guy's done the damage.
So, yeah.
Also, Esmeralda, you'd
That's what it
clock
is.
from the depth of the hole, it's a 20-foot thick depth, and then it's the floor underneath. So you could presume that this floor is 20 feet deep, perhaps.
Ah.
You might know that.
Okay.
So, top of the round is Callan.
Okay.
I had nothing and I'm all out of ideas.
I hear all this kerfuffle. What's all this kerfuffle? Come running in there.
Big angry,
As you
muscly
look
rock
through the
dog.
door, from like Esmeralda's light, which is held in the corridor, and with your dark vision, you just see this amber hulk just enveloping the doorway at the other end.
What are the doors like in front of me? Like,
These ones,
These ones.
they're solid amber, so all the doors are like this amber rigged with metal and stone, so you can't. Some light penetrates, but they are solid.
Should we barricade
Right.
it?
Can I push this door closed?
Yeah. Yep, you push it closed, and the other
I'm
one they
stronger
move
than amber.
relatively easily.
That's the end of that
Well,
chapter.
sorry.
Yeah, they shut. They both shut.
Well done,
Yeah.
Callan, you defeated him.
I turn around. It's good.
You!
Is there like a bar or something you can put across it, or?
Bar was meant to.
You can make an investigation check in the room.
Say,
Sure.
can't Esmeralda's immovable
Yeah, you
rod
can shout.
be like the strongest?
yeah.
Is there-
Ah,
but
If you
possible.
put
if we're in initiative, can I do anything here?
if you put the
Yeah,
immovable
I'll
rod,
say you can talk
like
about it and do it.
like a door handle
Yeah, I'll
level,
definitely
and then
give you
just
the rod
stick it
just like put in front of
to
it.
brace across the middle of the door. Yeah.
So you call out to Esmeralda, who is next actually on initiative. So I'll say for the sake of this, you can work together.
Okay.
So you
Block
grab
it
the
off.
immovable rod, push it through the iron handles that are chiseled into this amber rock, and click the button.
Mm.
All right.
I don't want to take a step back.
So
Yeah.
that's Callan, Esmeralda. Anything else?
So yeah, I'm gonna shift over to. Oof. Yeah, is that door slightly open? That might be slightly hidden.
Okay. Yeah.
Or can I pull the door so I am hidden?
Yeah, you can pull it a bit more if you want to hide behind it.
Oh wait, first of all though.
I see Esmeralda hiding, and I point, and I make sure that
She's
anything
there!
that comes
She's
This-
there!
behind that door, behind the door, get her.
Sorry, actually, first of all,
Whatever comes through
I
those
am
doors,
going to
we have a
try
better chance of
and
survival
take a shot.
if we
Oh
work
wait, no, we
together.
just fucking closed the doors, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shut the doors and
Yeah,
you've
okay.
sealed it with the rod, so that would be your action to seal it anyway.
Oh right, that is my action. Right,
Yeah.
Right, in which case I'm just gonna shift to there then. Yeah. Do I recognise it when I
We're
saw
gonna put it in the hole.
Do I know what it is?
Down the hole.
I'll say because you only used your rod for the action, you can make a quick history check. Now you've seen it, you can make a history check instead of a. Well, choose history or intelligence, whichever one is better for you.
22.
22. You recognise it's a golem. It's an enchanted object or thing that's been carved, and then magical power has been imbued into it. You know these things are often used as guardians for like big piles of treasure and stuff. You also remember in the tower there was those clay golems, and they were pretty tank. You know these things are strong.
Weaknesses? Do I know anything about that? Is it or is it
Magic.
specific?
It's
Okay.
a magic. It's a magic thing, so you know magic damages it.
Yep.
So that's you, Esmeralda. Blight.
Did me
The
again
door's
already?
been yeah, the door because you did the first 2 rounds with the column, and then it's you at the top. So the door's been sealed in front of you with the rod. So you may want to just move away.
Yeah, it's going to step out into the lobby, if you will.
Okay. You step out into the dark, encroaching giant hole. Okay.
Move.
So,
Mike.
from the other side of the door, you just hear this thud, thud, thud as it moves closer. Solidus?
I'm gonna get on the other side of this hole and ready my crossbow to shoot anything that comes through.
Blake, when you came through, did you shout?
Shout.
Did you shout to the others when you came back through that something
big-
was happening?
There's a big
Yeah,
old
yeah, I
ember
said-
man.
I said vaguely what was approaching.
Solidus, make an investigation check.
Oh, piss
Or a
flap.
perception check, sorry.
Oh god. Oh, it's 3.
It's free. You don't
Yeah.
notice anything.
That's to make me feel good.
Irina?
It's gonna get pulled into the hole.
Oh.
Where is Irina?
We left her at the back, someone has
She's
to move
outside.
forward.
She's
Here you
fine. She's having a great time.
She's here. She's in the winery. You've shot him and you've put an immovable rod in. You know from experience the rod is immovable.
But are the doors?
Yeah,
Woohoo.
What's the
around
length of it?
doors
Is it?
now.
It's a foot, isn't it?
I think it's like a foot or something.
As long as it's
So-
across where the doors meet.
The doors are about 10 feet wide, I think. So it's like it's covering the middle. Yeah.
I'm thinking the doors are going to crumble around the rod.
Good luck getting his fat ass past the rod.
That's true. He's got to fit.
Yeah. Okay. You can ready an action as well, don't forget, if you need to. There is another round. Alright, on to Bruce. Yeah. Yeah, so don't use a spell for that. Brucey, you're stood at the sealed doors. Roll better. Okay. So you step back and move into the room. For sake of brevity, we're going to go back to the golem's turn, unless anybody wants to do anything. And let's see. So you hear the thudding growing louder and louder down the corridor. And then let's have a look. Oh, it's a crit. 3d8 plus 6 damage. Oh, fuck me. That on a crit? Are you joking? It's plus 6. So 10. 10 to 10, 10, 10. So you hit his thud as a solid fist smashes against the amber. At this point, though, nothing budges. It's holding tight. And then there's another slam.
Oh, go back to the pub. This is a silly idea. Yeah.
I'm not leaving the rod.
That rod is my child.
My idea was the second he was fucking smashing through, I'm using my mage hand to grab that fucking rod back.
He loves
So,
that round.
So, you hear another slam. It smashes into the door. At this point, you see some of the amber on the front begin to flake off in shards. It's still hot and strong. There's no cracks, but it is damaging it.
Well, I'm out of ideas.
At this point,
yeah.
we're sort of out of initiative. You're just in.
Okay.
We haven't looked at the other room yet to see if there's another
What's down the
way
hall?
through.
Oh, you're saying we just leave and let this problem solve itself?
There's a door to the south. To be fair,
Come out in the wash.
That's a very good point. Someone should open
There's
that door.
there's a
Like, you know,
small door down here as well. If you
Yeah.
can see it on your thing.
I'll open that with my picks if it
Okay.
needs it.
Let me check.
I'm concerned that I didn't notice something about this hole when I when I came to it. Do try
Um,
and-
It's the
So
golem,
you
yeah.
push
he'll
the door
probably
open.
Perfectly
do that.
golem shaped.
It's a smaller single amber door, and you push it open with ease. It's not locked. Inside is an empty room. Ceiling's 10 foot high, and let's have a look. Oh no, it's not that one. It's empty apart from shattered bits of wood that covered the floor in this frigid 20-foot square room.
Okay.
Yum.
Let me reveal it to you. Sorry,
I'm gonna step outside the door.
you'd all fit in.
Then what's our life gonna be? We
Yeah, and
just
then he fucking
stay in the
kills us,
stay in the room until the fucking golem gets bored.
He'll tear himself.
Esmeralda,
out.
just make another history check.
Wouldn't he? Yeah.
How many?
If I could
30.
just walk straight at you, like
20.
if everyone stands on the other side of the hole. Both
Two
one
zero.
person stands on the other side of the hole.
You
He'll just
know,
walk straight.
it's a bit of a long shot, Esmeralda, but these things in the past, sometimes they're only programmed to go so far, or sometimes they're programmed that if the threat leaves, they'll return to their post.
Can we
Okay.
cover the hole with a rug?
Everyone inside the fucking room.
Get some twigs and berries.
Let's chill for a bit and assess the situation.
Esmeralda said everyone inside the room.
I say, fuck
There
that
you go.
noise. That's a tomb. I'm not out. And I say, peace. And I come out here.
Call it a mine.
Just think this could be a safe spot. Maybe
Yeah.
out of bounds of its magic.
Yeah, Duros is safe elsewhere. And then I could storm over here.
Yeah.
They're being trapped in a room. If the golem's range is just so happens to be this door, I have a feeling he could stand at that door forever and you will starve to death.
Let's go.
Yeah. Go with rock guy on this one.
Oh, we are coming out this way. We have to be coming out this way. Let's remember the rod. I'm gonna come back
get
to
Yes,
this
Irene
one.
to make-
we'll get your rod
Get
back.
Irina to make a perception check. As she's the last person leaving the room, she hears a strange noise. It's the noise of fire, louder, and a green glow seems to be coming up from inside the hole.
Is he still banging at the door?
Yeah, since you've been talking and deliberating, there's slams on the door, and this green glow is coming from a hole.
I'll mage hand them. I agree, and I'll move the immovable rod with the magic.
That's the
with
best
mage
idea I've
hand.
heard all day.
I volunteered.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I can
can't.
do a minor illusion.
How long have we been traveling
What's the
together?
range?
How many illusions have you seen?
Kel's like, I can only change myself.
Come on, change yourself into a rug.
It's not gonna work this time.
I'm on it. Through the power of
Anyone-
acting, I can
anyone
be anything.
throw a voice or anything, or
I can do a minor illusion.
That's
No,
like that thing where you take
Something
your
in your
thumb
hand.
off like that.
like small things.
Yeah,
Yeah,
make
it's
it
not
look like
absolutely
a
amazed.
hand going down the hole.
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
gonna move
mine's-
you out of the room, and I presume you pulled the door too.
Blows the
Yes.
statue's
Well, no,
mind as
because
you
I'm
mine
gonna
a thumb
peer
trick.
with, and I'm gonna have to see it slightly with my mage hand, aren't I?
Yeah, but you've left a little
Forever.
gap, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you
Okay.
quickly take the rod out and then stick it on his foot?
So Esmeralda, as you look back into the room, you see three green
Those
glowing
stones.
objects come out of the hole.
Oh God.
What?
They
Right,
are they're human skulls,
Oh.
except they're engulfed with a green flame, and they're hovering above the ground. Their eyes are burning with red flames.
Right, I'm
It can't be
shouting run, and I'm clicking the fucking rod and bringing it towards me.
So what's happening? You've
So
clicked the rod.
I've clicked the rod and started retrieving that with my
Okay.
mage hand and shouted run.
I've already started running down the stairs.
This place sucks.
Who's running down the stairs?
Solidus is running down the stairs.
All right, just wait when you get to the bottom.
Alright.
So, this is what happens in the room. The Amber Golem enters and moves to here. Here. Yeah, and I presume you've extinguished your light sources on the other side. Gosh,
Yeah.
we'll have the
we
swords
did.
off then. So, the room is now illuminated in this green glow from the skulls that have come up from this hole. The golem, as it smashes through the doors and you see bits of the door just fly across the floor, moves into the space and stands just the other side of the door. You can see its profile, its head turning and scanning the room. It looks towards the skulls, looks towards the south, and begins to move south. It reaches the bottom, out of sight. You just hear thuds. The skulls float around slightly above the hole. And then you hear footsteps as the golem walks back past. And you hear it move away. The sound getting quieter and quieter until you can't hear it anymore.
Ooh.
The skulls float about above the hole. And then eventually, after around 5 minutes, presuming Solidus hasn't gone any further than the bottom of the stairs, he's waiting for his friends.
He's got bored and looking for chests.
The skulls descend back down the hole, and the room goes dark again. Okay, no worries. So they are really, really evil. Well, actually, yeah, they're evil.
Really?
But they're not. Oh, and they're undead, undead and evil. And from the golem, because I presume you do it at the same time, you don't get anything off him. No ping.
If they're undead, do I recognise anything about them?
Again, make a. You could make a group sort of intelligence check. I'm gonna say, well, since you've seen him, make a history check. We'll say if you're guessing stuff that you can't see, it's intelligence. If it's stuff that you have seen, it's history. So you can make someone can make a history check with advantage. We can make a group one as you quietly discuss outside the door. I don't think you would have done. Esmeralda might have done.
I just rolled a 4, so I don't know what that
Yeah,
means.
it looks fucked up. It looks spooky.
That's not
17
an
I roll.
advantage if it was I was just if it was
Mm.
group.
Do it with advantage because a few of you have seen it. Someone might go, "Hey, that was a floating skull." That might help you to determine what it is.
18.
What was it?
18.
18. Yeah. You don't know, but you know they're bad. They don't look like something to be fucked with. Not Not with a giant golem in the room at the same time.
God.
Where's Solidus?
Solidus, as you get to the base of the stairs, do you have
Yeah.
dark vision?
No.
Then you literally can't see a
Doing
thing.
this. Guys,
Touch
Guys,
nothing
To be
but the
fair,
lamp.
to be fair, you were walking down following the handrail, and then the light behind you was extinguished. So I'd presume that's why you stopped at the base.
absolutely, that's why I stopped.
No, I'm just looking at him.
Guys,
Yeah.
I think so.
You light up the sword, and you can see him at the base of these black marble stairs, about 30 feet below.
Am I dead? I slowly
Ulavatuk.
follow the handrail back up. Ugh. Yes. Check all the doors. There's a door here as well.
Whoa.
Ah.
So you move to the other side, and this small one is similar to the one Esmeralda opened on the other side. So it pushes open easily. And inside there, again, you just see a ruined space, a room with just chipped bits of wood and just decay, but nothing else.
Just a closet of some kind.
Mhm. What does that do? Sounds good. Okay. 8 hours, so we'll
Ward.
say basically until you long rest or at the end of the day. Awesome.
Sounds like an awesome band name, Death Ward.
Yeah.
There will be no
Breeze.
encores.
Also, when you guys arrived at the monastery up top, you were about the middle of the day, so it's about noon at this point, and you have been traveling all morning to get here, so you have a few hours left before probably your exhaustion sets in. So when you get to these doors at this side, just make. Oh, actually, Callum, what's your passive perception?
Passive perception is
It's pretty high, isn't it? Like 18 or something.
passive. Does it say passive perception?
Yeah, I
I've got
think it's
passive
near-
wisdom, which in brackets says perception.
Oh yeah, that'll be it. Yeah. What's that? at?
20.
Yeah. So as you cross from one side of this huge, expansive balcony to the other, across this black marble, you instantly notice something. Your dark vision, obviously, at this point is all greys and like monotones. But as you look towards this double door at this end, you see a faint glow coming from the crack. And you recognize a smell that you've smelled many times before, and it's a smell of a wood burning fire.
Okay. Then I'll just put my
And
hand
for
on
reference
Bruce's
as well,
shoulder.
The skulls you didn't smell any. They
Yeah.
didn't smell like fire. So
They smell like something else.
yeah, smell like
Piece
hell.
of- Piece of candy.
It's candy.
I put my hand on Bruce's shoulder and I give a little nod towards the door as if to say, "Don't open it so eagerly."
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have you
Like
pushed
shake
on
of
it
the
yet?
head. And do the shh. And then I'll get my bow and arrow out, ready.
Cool.
Is there a
Misty step?
keyhole?
No.
Is
there's
there
no
a keyhole,
keyholes.
or is there like gap at the bottom of the door? Because if there's
No,
light
these-
coming through it,
The light is sort of ebbed through the amber.
okay.
It's just a ping on your dark vision rather than like a thing. You pushing it is lock solid.
Solidus barges against it as hard as he can.
You hear this massive thud as you push against it. Make an attack. Well, yeah, make an attack roll.
Fuck you, door. Oh, it's only an 8.
Okay,
Yeah.
so bearing in mind that Callan has just told you to be quiet, you restrain some of your strength and you quietly shoulder barge into it, and you just make this gentle "Oof" as you go up against the amber.
And I just stare
You
at
don't
Solidus.
do any damage,
I see.
um,
I was being quiet.
but just make a group perception check.
Dear.
Group perception. 12.
10.
Well,
Perception.
yeah, perception.
8 for me.
Jeez.
And
Rolls.
10. You guys hear nothing.
Well-
Can you unlock it? Someone? Rogie?
So there's no lock on this door as such. It's a solid double door like it was on the other side and like the ones you've just closed. There is no lock. It just seems like it would normally open and close.
I gave it another badge.
Make a strength check. Sorry, an attack roll, Solidus.
Attack. Is it considered an unarmed strike, or should I be using a
If you're doing
weapon?
it with your shoulder, it's unarmed, yeah.
Breach and clear.
24.
Oh, yeah. Roll for damage.
Well, with a unarmed strike, it's just 4.
Just 4, yeah. So you barge into it. The door flexes inwards a little bit. And then bounces back. Yeah. So it like caves in for a second and then comes back. So you guys know that if it was an arcane lock, it wouldn't do that. And as soon as you make this huge noise, you hear like a cry from the inside. It's like a
I say somebody's in there, and then I barge again.
make it a roll again.
22.
22.
And then another
As you
4.
define sense, Bruce, you don't sense. What's the radius? It's 30, isn't it? The radius. 60. Yeah. You don't sense any evil, or any undead or celestial fiend, and as you do it, the door crashes through. And Solidus enters the room.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd probably get a little ping of good. So, as you barge into this room, something you weren't expecting to see is before you. The first thing that hits you is the light. Torches are lit all around this room. It's well lit. They're burning wood in them, so that's where the smell came from, Callan. And the light almost takes your eyes back for a second because you've just been using the sun sword and the thingy. Inside are 3 young humans. They're dressed in animal furs. Like, you can tell their clothes are tribal rather than like city dwellers. The furs are like tan furs of mountain wolves, and stuff like that. There's bedrolls around the room. They, at this point, one of them cowers in the corner, and she's a young girl. There is another girl and a boy who, as the door opens, turn in shock, and the boy has his hand on the young girl's shoulder, who's in front. As soon as Solidus bursts into the room, they cry out, "Who goes there? Get back, please!"
I say, who the fuck are you guys?
Okay.
And I've got a bow over Solidus' shoulder.
And I say, oh, stealing my thunder, is it, you bloody boys? And I say, he might not, but I'm undecided.
The girl, she moves back and draws out a club. It's a simple wooden club that she had within her animal fur. She holds it in front of her, and The guy still has his hand on her shoulder, but they've stepped back. She says, "Get back, spirits. Leave us." And you hear
I
the
just-
boy whisper. You hear the boy whisper behind. "It's visions, Astrid. It's visions. They've come." The girl in the corner in the north is cowering in the bed covers, hands in her head. Just you can see her visibly shaking. The girl in the
Gay
front.
adventurers.
"We do not believe you. You are from the temple. You have come
You're
from
from the
inside."
temple.
How,
You're in
how
it.
big is this club she's holding in her hand, Paul?
It's a simple stick carved into a club. It's not large. These are all children. You can tell they're teenagers.
You think you could
Um,
shoot it out of her hand?
Is there anything on the floor near them that you could probably I could probably shoot to intimidate? I was going to shoot the club out of her hand, but that's probably a bit too
Risky.
smaller target. If it was a
Um,
big club like fucking Flintstones, then I might.
Yeah.
But...
No, it's a simple. It's basically a modified stick.
Yeah.
Around the room, there's like you can see there is signs of life in here. There is gear. There is cooking equipment. There's bedrolls. You could shoot something if you want.
No, I just I point the bow and arrow at the woman holding the club, and I just like signal for her to put the club down.
And she looks at you. You can see her face is rigid. Her face is like invested, basically, sullen and stern. The guy behind is trying to look strong, but is you can tell visibly he's scared. The one in the corner is just in pieces at this point. As you raise your arrow to her, she holds the club firm and says, "I said get back.
Okay.
We will not hurt you." Get back.
I'm keeping a low profile because I literally do look like I belong.
Yeah,
here.
you look a
As
beast.
soon as
The weird pale goth guy.
not even from here.
Yeah, I walked in to be a female figure.
As she looks at you and she almost like spits as she speaks, and she says, "That's exactly what the temple would do. They would send people we should trust. Do not trust them, Harold. Step back."
Which one of these three has the club? Sorry,
It's the person at the front here.
Okay, got you.
So this is the person behind who's like got the hand, the guy who's got the hand on the shoulder, and this is the Karen one.
A little
yeah.
spark flies out the end of a finger.
Yeah,
Incinerate.
powder keg. Yeah, calm emotion just chills them out, doesn't it? They have to make a save. I don't think they'd save it anyway. Let me just have a quick look.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Sorry, going horrible.
Chill out,
Yeah.
man.
They instantly. The three people instantly calm, and Solidus, do you calm?
Yeah, sure, whatever. Fuck you, I'll go.
I mean,
What-
you can feel the sensation washing over you that you've recognized
the
before. It's
buzz,
calm
man.
emotion. It's up
What's
to you if you want to
what am I
take it.
rolling?
It's
Fight
a free
it.
buzz.
Charisma saving. Charisma. 18.
I notice you step forward. What are you
Don't
doing,
die.
Solidus?
It gets uncalmer, angrier.
I snatch the fucking
Okay.
club off the kid and I crumble it in my hands.
One
So-
for the head.
As you
And
step
I-
forward,
and I-
almost
and I-
simultaneously.
I throw the splinters at the kid.
Okay. So this kid just like calms and loosens the grip, looks a bit confused as you snatch it out of her, thinking you've been really strong, but really it was loose anyway, and then crush it and throw it at her. She raises a hand to defend the splinters, but then just looks across. Who are you? Why are you here? Why are you here?
So we wanted to see what was behind the door. And here you are.
please, the door. And immediately, as you say the door, she looks back and she sees the door behind you is open. You need to close it. Hurry, hurry. And she pushes past
I think I broke it.
Oh,
and pushes the doors back too. The thing you broke, you see now, there was like a bundle of sticks and logs
Ah.
that were wedged in between. She pushes it back closed and is rapidly scurrying across the floor, trying to pick up these splinters and
I'll
push
say,
them back
"Here."
through him.
Here, I'll help, and I'll put the immovable rod and click it, and
And as
show
you
her
do
that
that-
you can't move it.
She looks at you with, you see the first sort of beginnings of trust coming from this securing of the location. Is this, what is this? And she points at the rod.
It's a small magical trinket that we picked up on our travels. We like to adventure and help people, and this helps us do that.
You are not like them. And she points
No.
to your clothes.
No, we are not.
No, you. You are from Barovia.
Oh, yes, I'm a Vistani.
Ah. And she walks back to the other side of the room. You can see now her expression's changed slightly. She moves across and pulls the boy and the girl, who's looked up now from like cowering to see what's happening, but she's still visibly crouched. He pulls them into a huddle, and they begin to talk just quietly amongst themselves. The other two step back when she does it and look at her. And again, the girl who's been speaking for the majority, she speaks up again. The evil is part of our life. This is how we. And the boy like puts a hand on her shoulder and shakes his head. We cannot trust these yet. We do not know, Astrid. Papa said, "Do not trust anything you see. Don't believe your eyes in here." And
I
she
walk
looks
up-
back and
I
she
walk
takes
over
the
to
hand
Callan.
off.
And I say to Callan, I was like, these kids don't start talking soon, I'm going to start breaking fingers.
I know my bow's still cocked and ready to go. My arm's hurting from holding it.
Hmm.
Oh, good.
Knit on. Yep. Yeah, at this point, they are calmer. They're untrusting, but they're not panicked from the door smashing in, so they haven't resumed that state of panic. Classic Brucey. When just before you cast Zone of Truth, the shaken one looks up and points at Solidus and says, "What tribe you from?"
Ah,
She shouts it across the room,
ah,
and the other two look across to you.
it was a mountain tribe. The name I forget my backstory. Yeah, we were in the mountains. Didn't like
It's the
gays.
Stoneball tribe.
Yep.
And she shouts, "Not from here."
No, definitely not from here. Definitely not. This
What
place
was
sucks.
your test?
A
How
test?
did you?
What, like cycling proficiency test? What do you want from me?
How did you become a man?
How did I become a man? Oh,
The others
you
look across.
really tested my backstory here, kid. You really pushing my knowledge. I say, none of your business, bitch.
She looks across at the others and says,
And you cry.
"He is
He never
tried."
became a man.
And the others look at each other. We make agreement.
Say, what are you kids doing? Leave me alone. Saying I didn't come here to get taken on by a bunch of fucking virgins.
And the original girl, Astrid, pipes up. We do not worship your god.
I do an out loud laugh. I go, ha! Yes, fuck your god.
She looks back at the others. The amulet. Holy symbol of Ravenkind, yeah. You've got the thingy around your neck, yeah. 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 They look at you, and Astrid, the one who's been talking, who seems to be the leader of the three, says, "We trade names, and then we equal. I am Astrid. This is Harald, and this is Frida. You are?" "I am Irina Colliana."
Esmeralda, Devine,
Devanir.
Devanir.
Been a month, I'll let you off. Thank God we're not recording. They look across to Blight, Solus, and Callan.
Right.
Oh, God. I say I'm Solidus, but I presume you already knew that, seeing as you know everything about me and my people. You'll
The one at the back
start.
laughs, and they ignore Callan after his silence for so long.
I'm annoyed that Callan gets away with it.
I put my bow down.
He's an elf.
Shit.
I sit
They,
down on this shitty haystack.
They sort of, the tension in the situation relaxes and eases. They begin to sit more comfortably and offer you spaces to sit as well.
I'll get out a rations pack and offer it around.
Yeah.
Offer some grave dirt.
Bar of soap.
Yeah. So you begin to, I lost her. You begin to break food with the three of them. And as you do, they tell you parts of the story. Well, for brevity's sake, we'll say over the course of like half an hour to an hour, you manage to get out of them that they're all of an age where in their tribe, they are part of the Kavani tribe, which is a mountain tribe of Barovia. And in their tribe, they have to do a test to pass to manhood and adulthood within the tribe. And the test is to spend 5 nights in this temple, in this room. And if they survive and get back to the tribe, then they have passed. And if they do not come back, which many do not, then well, they don't pass.
God.
Astrid, who is the one who took the leadership role, she is the granddaughter of one of the chiefsters, and she is the leader out of the other two. Harold
Frida.
and Frida. Harold, sort of, you can tell, takes the role of protector, but really is under the role of Astrid. And they tell you as well there was a fourth, Bjorn, who ventured north of the doors and has not come back. So there's 2 doors to this room. So to the north, there's a set here. He grew bold and ventured forth into the temple, and he hasn't returned. They locked the door, they sealed the door behind him.
He lost his hair.
And at that, We're gonna have a quick wee break
Oh,
because I'm
wait.
busting.
Okay, good idea.
I think I'm getting myself hiccups.
You
So,
are.
I think I've got the hiccups.
As if you told them your name. That's it now. They're gonna go tell Strahd.
I'm...
Everyone's a messenger for Strahd.
You're not wrong there. Don't worry, these kids are not getting out of here alive.
Yeah, they're gonna die.
I'm absolutely going to tell those floating skulls where these
You
kids are at.
recognise this Solidus as a tribal tradition of seeking manhood, like going on a walkabout in Australia.
Cool, and
I
I'm
You
like,
would
yeah,
understand what these kids are going through.
I get this. I'm all about this.
You get it.
Kill them all.
So you
So this
straight
wants
away,
to
you're
kill
like, I'm
them.
gonna kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm
They're just
having the
trying to be
moral
men.
debate whether to give them the fucking immovable rod to keep themselves safe.
No, the
You're
kids have to
doing what?
earn it on their own. Can't give them fucking magic trinkets. You might as well give them a machine gun. Not
That's true.
challenging that.
I need to borrow it while they're here, while we go down.
No, we need it when we go down.
We
I
might
I
mean,
think there's-
you've already used it.
do a lot.
I think we're
Yeah.
safe in this room.
There's got any iron bars or anything I can give them.
Man, temple's cool, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I know.
I was going to show you what you saw at the bottom of the stairs, Solidus, but no one went down and gave you a light, and you couldn't
so it
see.
wouldn't
So
have been
literally,
possible.
you just walked into darkness.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd do.
Technically, a good hiding place. If you'd probably expect that things can't see in the dark if you can't see in the dark.
That would be fair, yeah. Interesting.
Hey, man. Mine. The temple's just beast, man. Like, I just love it. So, you spend half an hour to an hour or so with these
If
children.
it's like this, just full of stressed out teenagers, it's not too bad.
And they offer you refuge in the room with them, but they refuse to leave this room, basically. They're honest with you, but what they know is very little. Basically, they said anyone who's left this room and ventured into the temple hasn't come back, or if they have come back, most people in the village at the front think they've lied. They tell you that they don't come in through the temple. They come in through a small crack in the wall behind that leads to the outside. So for them, they squeeze through there into this small room, spend 5 nights or more cooped up, and then head back to the village. But they know it's evil, and people die. Yeah.
Probably
They believe
bounced.
it to be late evening. It's the thing about this location, with the monastery being built above and this being in now an underground cave, you can't tell time. Like, they think they've been there a couple of days, but they could be wrong. They think it's time to rest, so if you wish to take a long rest, you can.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Fresh start.
So as you rest and you pull up a corner of the room, I need everyone to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
And tell me if you fail.
A DC 13 wisdom save. It said you have to customize that.
No, just do your Wisdom saving throw, and if you beat 13, you've passed. If you... +2 boost.
I think I've still failed.
I've
Yeah,
got it on
same.
here from my thing.
So I rolled a 2.
3.
No.
Yeah.
Got
So who's
13.
failed?
I failed.
Yeah, I failed.
I passed.
Irina? Yeah. So Solidus and Irene, Solidus and Callan. I don't think you'd be immune to this, Callan. So basically, as the others rest, Callan, for a start, you do your meditation, and then you sit looking around the room. You look at the kids from this tribe sleeping, and you look at your friends resting. You notice Solidus tossing and turning. Solidus, your dreams are riddled with nightmarish thoughts. You see things that you love, and before your eyes, they turn into things that you hate and death. Yeah.
Oh.
Callan,
Oh.
you're
Oh.
you're often, well, you have a clarity of mind which you've always had, but here you feel it tested. You feel the weight of darkness pressing down upon you, and at times you think you see faces in the walls around you. For the first time in your life, you feel like you haven't had a good rest, and that's for someone who doesn't sleep. And when you wake, you look around the room, and you can't quite put your finger on what everyone's name was.
Oh.
The large guy in the corner, it was something. No. But that one. And for the rest of from now, you can't remember the party's names from time to time. You'll just forget them.
But I remember
Um,
everything we've done. Just can't
Yeah, you
their
remember who
names.
they are, but you just can't quite put your finger on what the names are. And it frequently just loses you. You'll get it back every now and again, but frequently it'll just go. Solidus.
Sounds like real life.
Um, after your terrible night, you wake and your head just aches, and your hands, as you bring them up to put them to your head, they just tremble, and this sensation just seems to linger and linger. And as we go throughout the day, you have this.
Booby.
Yeah, head hurts and hands tremble.
Pop an aspirin.
Hey,
So no one got an
big
aspirin.
guy. What's up, big guy?
I just see
So-
boobies everywhere.
The tribe people, they wake Astrid, ushers Harold to make a food out of what they have. They don't offer you any rations because they don't have spares, but they see that you have them anyway. You eat, and the day is yours.
That sounded really creepy.
Mm.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck coming of age. Wink.
Yeah, that is it. It just still sounds creepy.
Can't wait till you come of age.
Creeped out.
I'm like, my head's
They usher and say,
pounding.
"That is the way Bjorn went. Be careful."
Let's go after Bjorn.
I
Bjorn.
can't remember who the fuck Bjorn is.
It's
You
you.
know the names.
What
It's
about
only
the
your,
friend?
it's
I'm
only your
trying to put a
friends' names
face
that
to the
you've
name.
forgotten.
Bjorn.
Forget it. Sure am, big guy. Sure am.
This door again has been shored up with wood, just packed in between the iron handles on this door. The three children move back into the corner as you do and wait.
And I take my immovable rod and nod to that to say the same sort of a thing.
What, shore up this door that we broke?
Yeah.
They just, one of them looks, the younger girl at the back looks a little scared, but yeah, they'll give it a go. Okay, so you open the doors. Barge open, push open, open a jar. So the first thing you see coming from the other side, the room that you've been in has been light. They've managed to keep the torch lit from a small stack of wood that they have in the corner. The light changes as you look into this, and the light is green. As you ease open, you see three skulls floating above the floor,
Damn.
emitting this green light, and as you
Damn it.
push, you see this burnt body just outside the door,
Oh,
huddled and charred.
Bjorn.
He didn't get far, did he? He got 6 feet. Level from Doom.
Astrid says, "It is the weak who leave. It is the strong who stay."
My damn girl. Yep. Stronger than Bjorn.
Let's check the stairs first.
Yeah, I guess.
The stairs. Take the stairs. Guide me.
Okay,
Uh,
you enter this chamber again, and as you get to the base, I'm going to show you what it looks like. because at this point there's probably enough of you with dark vision and the sword and stuff like that to actually get a better read on the situation. So I'm going to show you a couple of things before we move forward. So,
I think they're the same ones that came out of the hole. You know, they're just like fucking doing like a lap.
so if you look in your journal and if you look in your journal, look at Temple of Lost Secrets and get it up on your screen. So 4 black marble columns support a vaulted ceiling of the temple. At the north end stands a 40-foot tall statue of a cowled figure in flowing robes. The statue's stony hands are outstretched as if in the midst of casting a spell. Its face is void of utter darkness. The ominous statue stands between 2 black marble balconies, one of which is partly collapsed and fallen on the temple's black marble floor. In front of the open doorway, the walls of the temple are sheathed in amber, and the door leading from it are made from amber as well. Arched hallways coated with amber lead from its temple to the west and east. I'm going to show you the ground floor in a second. Flanking these exits are alcoves that hold white marble statues of robed human wizards with pointed hats and golden staffs. One of them has toppled over and lies shattered on the floor. So, that the temple image gives you an idea of what you're looking at, and this, let me reveal it to you. So this is what you see on the ground floor. So there is, you guys have changed over maps, haven't you? Yeah, so you're currently around the base down here. You can see the statue, the collapsed balcony from above, and hallways to the east and west. A set of amber doors at the back, some collapsed amber doors that seem to lead into an opening, and around here you can't see, but it is open. So we'll stay on the lower for now. Let's get you all in. Who have we got? Blight, Bruce, so we need Callan, Solidus, and Esmeralda. And Bruce, you went down first, yeah? Okay, bear with me 1 second. So, as your foot touches the last step, an explosion of fire appears in front of you, covering around 20 feet. It engulfs you and the bottom steps, and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
The goddamn fuck. Dexterity saving throw.
17. 1 sec, my finger's gone weird.
Oh. 12.
I'm gonna say at this point,
Is that
it's
everyone?
just Bruce, because Bruce went down first.
Oh, right, okay.
And the rest of you have followed. I'll just put your tokens on for thingy.
Yeah.
Just bear with me 1 second. For some reason my character sheet went weird. There we go. 17. You only just managed to step back with the fireball just engulfing the front of you for – Half of 29 rounded down. So 14 damage. This basically, as you get to the bottom in this dark room and you see the statue and you guys sort of get a feel for the space, you see it come from the statue, but you're not sure where. It almost comes from the face. This burning ball of fire that comes towards you and just explodes on the floor in a 20-foot radius in front of you, just catching the front of you and singeing up your armor and burning the backs of your hands and stuff through the metal. Yeah, the end's a little Chad.
Then spell magic.
It seemed to come from the statue. Mm-hmm. If you
Yeah,
stay and stand, I'm going to have to get you to roll for initiative. If you flee, then I'll say you've got the chance to run away.
I mean, I probably would have started backing up.
Yeah. If you back up, we don't go into initiative, basically. Yeah. So as you do that, we'll go back to the top. Split maps, baby.
Well, let's go do the skulls then.
Yeah, that's all that's what
You
I'm
know
thinking.
as well, this didn't come from the skulls,
Hmm.
but you do see the green light emanating from them, the arrow slits that look into this room.
Yeah. That would look cool. It's on the picture as well, actually. That's pretty nice.
Those guys off going in there again.
Say hi again, kids. We're we're venturing this way because we're
Definitely
brave.
don't go to
So
the big
as
wizard.
Astrid is starting to put the wood back
Yeah,
in the
open
door,
it back. Open it
Solid
back.
just barges back through and this wood just shatters inwards and she steps back like she's looking at her hands like, if we don't have much wood. You'll
Bang.
pile back into the room.
With your mustache still on fire.
Yeah. You pat out the singe.
So I'll do protection from good and evil on whoever thinks they're going to be getting up close and personal with them.
Just let me know what that does, James.
Until the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures: aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Okay.
Grants
What
several
protections
benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
So let me know who you cast it on.
Bruce. Just before we're going in.
Okay.
10
And what's the duration?
10 minutes.
So, Bruce, well, you're gonna go into combat. So when you get an attack roll, I'll do it with disadvantage, but just remind me. If you decide to just burst free, we'll have a surprise round.
Bruce, are you
Wait.
gonna go fucking hell for leather at him? I've got another one I'm gonna do for Bruce.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Enlarge on Bruce.
Oh shit! Nice. You tell him the stats, and you can just work them out, Bruce.
Hey, fucking hell. Let me have a look. Sorry, carry on while I have a look.
I'm gonna put for ease of thingy. I'm gonna put Irina on initiative 15, for everything that we do now. Just so she's roughly in the middle of combat. If you guys want to roll for initiative, because we're gonna be going into a battle in a second.
$22.
Bruce, you double your size.
Okay, now 10.
Solid.
How long have you had this
10 for
big
blind.
ass spell and you've kept it from me?
I've only just got it.
Alright, I'll allow it. Ugh. Well, whatever. I'm not bloody sore or anything.
Esmeralda and Callan and Bruce, what's your initiatives? 6 for Bruce,
14.
14 for Esmeralda.
23.
23, Callan. Lovely.
So you're a large creature now instead of a medium creature. Your weapons grow with you.
You do bigger shit.
You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. The attacks with the weapons that are enlarged do 1d4 extra damage.
That's true, but it's fine. Don't you worry.
Let's get ready to rage.
This doesn't make me mad. Flaming skulls, not enough to make me mad. I'm
I'm
afraid.
gonna try and find a couple of images.
I'll get angry at these teenagers.
I'm just putting in your journals the picture of the Amber Golem, and let me find this. And the picture of the flame skulls, which you guys don't quite know are flame skulls, but that's what they are, and they look cool as fuck. So if you're in your, they should be in your library now. They look sick.
Just before we burst through, I can bless 3 people, so whoever wants blessing, come to me. That gives you attack. D4 and attack rolls. Yeah. Or a saving throw.
You're almost a fucking bard, James. Like party buffing for shit.
Yeah, only lasts until I fight, is it then?
Yeah, you'll break concentration unless you want to hang at the back,
Am
but
I
you're probably
low
going to be
initiative?
needed to fight.
Oh,
Oh,
right,
yeah.
you only do 1. Is the enlarge
Are they
movie?
both concentration?
Oh, fuck yeah, they are.
Alright.
Small
Protection from
burst.
good and evil seems like the better one. So you'll lose it if you take damage, don't you?
I guess so, yeah.
I was born with one, son.
Concentration.
No. Alright, boys.
Oh, that
You ready?
sucks.
So
You're born
initiative
with one
order.
son.
So Bruce is going to go first as the surprise round, because he's barging through, and then the order is going to be Callan, Solidus, Irina, Esmeralda, Flame Skulls, Blight, and then Bruce at the end. So Brucey boy, get through them doors. I tell you what I need to do. I need to do your lightsaber. What radius is it? 15 in it. Try 15. Yep, okay. Describe what you're doing. Yep. Roll for attack. $27 to hit. Yeah, it hits. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Um. Sweet. So you come through, and you basically just like fling the doors open. This bright light of sunlight comes through. You come through to your fucking lightsaber, swoosh, swoosh, swoosh. This like bright white daylight matches this green flame in this dark area. The first skull turns towards you, and you instantly just like crack it. Its head like shakes to one side, and then turns back towards you, ready to fight. Yeah, it damaged it. Yeah. Okay. Roll for attack. Yep, hits. Roll for damage. Nice. You smash it again. As it turns its head towards you, you almost hit it for the other side, and it turns back. And it turns towards you, its jaw now like hanging open. You've hurt it quite badly, but it's still just engulfed in this green flame, which you can feel this like necrotic heat coming from it that's just welding over your face. It's damaging it. You can't tell whether, because you haven't attacked with anything other than radiant. It's hurting it. That's what you know so far. Callan, you're up.
These doors are open, right?
Yeah, they're now open, and there's this green glow coming through.
Okay.
And you would have started roughly, probably this side of the door, so these are 10, if you want distance.
Okay. And can I see this one? That he's hit?
Yeah, we'll get a shot on him, because he's like hovering above in front of Bruce, so the height they are is probably head height, which makes them easier to shoot. They are undead, yeah. Do you get extra? Okay.
Okay. Shoot it. Classic shot.
Do it. Big boy.
13.
13 just hits.
Just hits.
Yeah, meets
Okay.
it, beats it.
Fucking hell, I can't remember what damage. Where's the thing gone? Here it is. I'm gonna mark it as well.
Mhm.
Marked. Closest one to me.
What's your damage first?
So it's next to D6. It is 21 damage.
Okay. It instantly just, your arrow flies in with the mark, and it just jams into its empty eye socket. You hit true, and it ricochets in the back. And as Bruce, you've just taken a swing, this arrow again flies over your shoulder, as it often does in this campaign, supported from the rear. It slots into this skull's eye, and immediately the green glow just like bursts out, but eliminates and just goes away from the skull, and it drops to the floor like a normal human skull, bouncing and rolling across the black marble on the floor.
Okay.
It's dead.
So, okay. So I use my bonus to switch the mark to this one.
Yep.
And then I'll take my second shot, but I'm going to use the sharpshooter feat.
Okay.
So I -5 on my attack, but I can put 10 damage on if it hits.
Okay.
Risky biz. So it'd be 22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
-5. Okay. So this is 1d8 plus 3d6 plus an extra 10. 25 damage.
Nice. You hear a crack as the arrow again lodges into the top of this thing's skull, and it cracks through the long dead bone, but the arrow sticks in. It's really damaged, but as the arrow is in there, just pierced through this thing, it then just engulfs it within flame.
My best arrow, damn it. I think that's me done.
Cool. You notice on this one, because it didn't, the other one killed it outright. Your piercing doesn't seem to be doing as much because it only has the bone to hit.
Hmm.
It seems to be a bit resistant to piercing, but it's still taking damage with the stuff you're hitting. Solidus, you're next. Then it'll
Alright.
be Arena.
I was quite impressed by Callan, like, hitting those two and doing quite a lot of damage. So I say, damn, where's this Callan been all my life?
I give him a wink and a kiss.
Yeah,
Cheers, babe.
that's all right, darling.
Only because I can't remember your name.
God. 5, 10,
Thanks, you.
20.
So these are 10.
So,
You
I've
can
got
get up to here with 30.
I've got a 40-foot range.
You can
'Cause
get to this one. You can contact the closest one.
contact.
Get contact.
I'm just gonna beat the shit out of it with my
Halberd.
Yeah,
Nice.
I got a million attacks with it. Right,
Mm.
I'm not raging. I'm not raging on a half-dead flying skull. That's what a waste. I think I get 3 a day.
How many have you used in the full campaign?
Used to, but they didn't
I mean,
pay off.
He's always pretty angry, to be fair.
Exactly. That's my secret captain. I'm always raging.
He's constant rage.
So the first one is definitely a miss because it's an 11. So
Yep.
I would go again.
You swing and the
wait.
skull dodges out the way.
Hang on, I just rolled the wrong bloody one there. Okay, this one's better. 25.
Yeah, that hits. Proper damage.
Damn right it is. Ugh. Ow. Oh, 13.
13, nice. Yeah, a solid crack. You're almost treating it. Use the flat side of your blade to get more width, and you almost treat it like a baseball bat, like. And you see the jaw just like slot out of place and then pop back in. It turns to look at you. It's like glowing red eyes, just burning with this fire. But the fire around it, the green looks slightly dimmer.
Right then, with my pommel, bonus action. 16, that's a hit.
Roll for damage.
5 damage with the pommel.
5. You then just bring up your pommel and crack it underneath the jaw, and as you do, you just hear the jawbone like crack in half, and it just goes like as your pommel comes up through the entire skull, and the green flames again just burn out to the side in a huge puff, which just washes over your skin, and then it drops to the floor as a normal skull.
Excellent. I step on the skull and crush it under my boot.
Awesome.
End
So
of turn.
Irina. There's now one left, but it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 60 feet away. Yeah, everyone's pretty much at the door. Alright. Awesome. What's the range? Yeah, it's only 30 feet, so yeah, it's cool. Yeah, because it's not a saving throw, is it? Yeah, 21 hits. Awesome. Nice. Okay. So Esmeralda, you're going to be after Irina if you can get there. But yeah, you just see this white light just engulf the green for a second, and it almost turns into this white orb floating above, reminding you of the moon you used to see back at home before the clouds were covering the sky every night. And then the green just bursts back through, and this flame skull's just sitting there looking. Esmeralda.
Am I sort of hidden behind this door, I take it?
The doors are wide open now, so you're in. We'd say you're by the side. You can peek your head round if you want to take an advantage shot.
Yeah, I want to take a sneak attack.
I'll let you have it.
Yeah. I'll do firebolt. On.
Okay.
Yeah, on him.
Go for it.
Oh. Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Because it's a normal
No,
thing.
it's finesse and range, isn't it?
You can cast Firebolt on it if you want, though.
Yeah, I'll do firebolt anyway.
Okay. Roll for attack? Or is it a saving?
Natural 20! 27.
Okay, roll for damage.
– 17.
So you fire this firebolt that comes out your arms and just bursts down this corridor, going past Bruce, Irina, Solidus, past these two skulls that are on the floor. Because this end of the corridor now is almost complete darkness. It's just the green glow at the end. As the fireball meets the green glow, it just bursts into it. But then the skull absorbs it and just begins to laugh. You hear this maniacal laughter coming from the end of the corridor that echoes off these tight walls, just coming back down. It does absolutely no damage.
Firebolt, yeah.
The laughter just rings out along the corridor. And now, is that you, Esmeralda?
Yeah. Bonus. I will hide behind that. Is that like a hideable dump in the wall?
It's about, yeah, you're good
I
at
said
hiding, aren't you?
she's there. She's there.
I'd say you're in like quarter
can all-
cover, maybe.
Can all see her. Can all see her feet.
All right then.
Not
So
letting you hide your way through this.
as
It's
this,
for our benefit, Solomon.
as this echoing laughter just echoes down this chasm, you see the fireball Esmeralda shot into it. Just its eyes begin to glow brighter and brighter, and then in its open skull jaw that just hangs below, this orange glow begins to form into a ball, and then it's fired forwards. And
Oh, piss.
Oh,
a
shit.
huge fireball just engulfs Solidus and Irina just in front of you all, and I need you to make a
Alright, you can take it. You can take it.
saving throw. Yeah, dex saving throw, please.
Dex. 11.
Okay.
Oh, then 14.
14. You just save. Irina. Irina fails. Solidus saves. For... 22 damage. So 11 for you, Solidus, 22 for Irina.
Okay.
As this corridor just bursts into light with this flame that licks up the amber walls and just arches over this small ceiling. The black marble on the floor just reflects this light. It's almost beautiful, except your friends are involved and they're burning to death.
Beautiful. Ah.
That off. And that. It's just it's a fireball, mate. So you just chuck it, and everyone has to make saving throws. If it was firebolt, I'd have to roll. So as the fire settles down, it is the light. You've just seen this corridor burst into flames.
Been chilling with the kids.
Yeah. It's like, yep. It's not an attack roll though. It's dex saving throw. So it wouldn't affect it, but that would work if it's doing an attack that has an attack roll, because it can be blinded. It's got fire eyes, baby. Blight.
I'm just gonna step up to where Bruce is and just fire an arrow at the bloke at the end.
Got a bucket of water in his face.
Okay, roll for attack.
18 to hit.
18 hits, roll for damage.
10 damage.
Okay. Again, it does damage, but not as much as the other hits have been doing. These arrows that just dink and ping, because it's just bone and fire, they just begin to burn up as soon as they enter it, and they do less damage than they would normally.
Fine.
But top effort.
Involved.
That you, Blight?
Yeah.
Bruce. Why didn't we leave her at the winery? Were you here? You were next to thingy. You're gonna have to dash if you want to get there, dude. No, stay. Why would it? Come, fireball. It's got fireball and fireball. You charge up to it. I can only run so far. Next, it's going to be Callan, just to prep you. Callan, then Solidus, then Irina, then Esmeralda. Piss on it, mate. I'll let you do an unarmed strike with piss.
Worth a try.
You could ready an action.
Move out of the way.
You could ready a dodge. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Oh, go on then, mate. Roll for attack. Nice. Roll for damage. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. So what was the first hit? 10, and then 11 radiant. Alright. As you do, you throw this javelin, and at first, as you say, it gains this radiance as it comes through the air, and you see the javelin just stick in. It almost goes just straight through its mouth. But then when it's wedged in, this radiance just flares up and begins to engulf it. You see the green flame trying to fight back against it, but the radiance just bursts through, and what's almost like this radiant light just engulfs this end of the corridor as the skull, green flame, loses the battle, and it drops to the floor as an inanimate object.
Nice.
You're out of combat.
Ask her to marry me.
I look back at Bruce and I go, "Fucking pussy," and then I fucking storm off.
And Soda just looks at Bruce and thinks, I would have pissed on it.
Yeah. Absolutely would have pissed on it from 20 feet away. I got such an arc on my piss. Think you're too good. Think, think, think you're too good to piss on an enemy. Think you're better than me.
Esmeralda, make a Arcana check.
Go on, Esmeralda, do it.
11.
Okay. You think there's something you should do, but you don't know what. You can tell people that. You can say, yeah. You can tell
Yeah,
people that. Sure.
I relay that. I feel like there's something that we should be doing here, but I
What,
can't.
with like the skulls?
I don't know. Maybe.
Make an
Possible.
Arcana check, Bruce.
While they're talking about this, this one I'm stood next to. I'm just like I'm smashing it into like as many pieces as I can. Like I found fine powder.
A pine powder.
Pine powder.
Nice.
Gonna crush into pine powder.
What did you get, Bruce? Make Irina make one. Just out of interest.
While no one's looking, I sort of gently bend down at this fine powder I've made, and I get some on my fingertip, and I just sniff a little bit up my nose.
So Irina, as you sort
The
of like
headless
walking
type
about
bursts into green flame.
as a group, you know there's something that there's still danger here. And Irina says, holy water.
I've
We
got
should-
some.
These are cursed. We should at least sprinkle them with that.
Yeah, I do that.
I'm just gonna give these kids a little nod. See you later, kiddos.
Yeah, you shut the door behind,
Yeah.
and you hear him hurriedly shove sticks in.
Well, that's silly because we're only gonna break it again.
As I'm
sure you could
sprinkling
make it,
them, I
shouldn't you?
also just sprinkle a little bit on my
Or is that a
arrowheads,
cleric?
just on the off chance that does anything.
You notice as you pour it onto the arrowheads, it rapidly freezes in the temperature,
Ooh.
but you don't think it helps. Maybe it was fresh. But I'm going to say the speed your arrow flies, the water's probably going to just go off or evaporate. I'd love the idea of holy arrows, but it ain't going to fly.
Unless you had like
Like some water balloons.
glass vial tipped ends or something.
Yeah, that would be cool.
I've got 6 things of it.
I'd say there's 3
Plus-
here. You can use one vial to sprinkle enough on each one.
Oof.
Can you not make it as a paladin? Or is that a cleric that does that?
Probably be a cleric.
Probably. Could use your tears. The
We
righteous
got
tears. of a
paladin
paladin.
tears.
Yeah, catch that. But the only thing is they
Okay.
don't cry.
To admit. So,
Wow.
in this corridor that is now quiet and calm from battle, you see a double set of doors to the north, similar to what you came through at the base. And on the west side of the room are 2 smaller doors. 3 smaller doors, sorry. Seem to lead off.
I'm just going to try this door next to me.
Okay. So,
I mean, does it look like all the other doors? Is it amber? Or is it
yeah. So
different?
literally everything in this full temple, the walls are laced with amber. It's the amber
In this
temple.
amber temple, everything's made
Doors
of
are
amber.
amber.
Oh,
the
fancy
floor-
that.
The floor's back marble.
Okay.
So-
Is it a push or a pull?
You just push it open and it opens
Yeah,
with
just
ease. It's
push
not
it
locked.
open.
So you see, yeah. So you see stone blocks resembling tables stand in the center of this room, and there's a thick layer of dust that covers everything. Carved into the stone walls are niches filled with hundreds of dusty bottles, cobwebs hang from wooden ladders and lean against the walls. The ceiling here is about 15 feet high, a little bit higher than the corridor,
Okay.
and that's all you see. Did I? Oh, did the reveal work or not?
No.
Oh, hang on.
What do you see?
I did it, but then there we go.
Yes.
There you go.
Okay. I will
So
walk
the
inside.
niches are like carved into all the walls, and there's these decrepit wooden ladders up against them, and these two tables in the middle.
Is there anything on the tables or is it just empty?
They're just a thick layer of dust that just covers the entire room.
As if you. What happens if you get down and?
The ladders only go up to the top of these niches. It looks like a library system of sorts.
Isn't there nothing on the walls?
You can look into the niches, and when you do, you just see dusty bottles. Basically just a series of dusty bottles that are corked.
Can I pick one up?
Yeah. When you do, you just see. You recognize it as a potion bottle, but the insides are just dust, and some are cracked, some are broken. It's just you can tell from what's around this would be a potion storage room, maybe a potion making room, but from the years of not being used in the climate, it's just ruined.
All right. So like all these walls are
Yeah,
filled
so
with
like
holes.
north, east, and south are all just like these small niches carved out into the rock, and these bottles. Some have bottles in, most are empty.
Mm.
And other than that, it's a bare room.
Okay.
No, I just saw the exterior.
The thing that after the exterior, you didn't see any other rooms or layout. You just saw an
Nothing.
amber block.
Yeah, nothing specific.
You check any. Yeah. You're just working your way up.
Yeah.
So, this one, you see a 20-foot long hallway. It's 10 foot high and bare stone, and has an amber door at the far end. And as you open the top one, dominating this room is a 12-foot tall model of a dark castle with high walls and tall spires. Behind it, tucked in the corner, are some ruined furnishings and a wooden chest.
Hold on, Solidus.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. I figured.
Castle, high spires.
I'm gonna use my mage
As you
hand.
crouch down and imagine it up on a hill with storm clouds
Mm.
above it, you recognize it as Strahd's castle. What are
I'm
you going to do,
use my
sorry?
mage hand with the tools on the chest from afar.
Okay. You managed to open it, it's not locked. And to be fair, the wood on it is rotten and breaking, so you lift it up, part of the lid breaks off as you do, but you manage to get it open.
Nothing
Inside,
happens.
nothing happens, no.
Yeah, I'll go over to it then.
So you see an empty chest inside. There's the remains of what could be paper. You see small corners torn up, but other than that, it looks empty. Yeah. Would you like to see it?
I would.
Who's thinking these creepy people who got possessed then designed Strahd's
Them.
castle? Made it.
You inspect it and
model.
see it is a model, but it is an exact representation of the castle. You recognize this is sort of the view from the south. So at the base, you came across this bridge with the two towers. You came into the courtyard and went through this main door on this side.
Should we smash it? Should we smash it?
Classic Solidus. Should we smash it? That's just his picture. The model is just a model. It's you can see it's
Wow,
carved out of wood and
The
thingy.
circuitry in this is amazing.
No, it's a solid outside structure.
Can I peer through any of the windows? Is there like any tiny furniture inside,
Any
or is
tiny people
You look
cooking.
through, but it's just carved like stone and
so
wood
it's not an
put
actual
together, so
window? Got
no,
you.
it's just a representation of a window.
I'm looking at
It's
them
an
all like,
archi-
I've never seen a model before.
What is this? A castle for
Yeah, sure.
ants?
You just you
The
smash
last,
one of the spires off and it cracks and falls onto
Oh
the floor.
dear. The last time I smashed a house, we were in said house, and said house began to crumble. I remember that.
Actually, yeah, he did do that, didn't he? The last time he got a tiny house, it was a good tiny house.
Uh,
I mean, I'm gonna say this will give you a view of the castle you haven't had yet.
okay.
That's
Has anyone got the ability to make a sketch? Someone make a sketch of the layout, and we can use it for a heist.
You could sketch it if someone did a I'll say
Isn't
a
Blight the artist?
sleight of hand.
Oh, I'll do
Oh,
it.
come on then.
No, it's pretty
Oh,
much
fuck it.
solid wood. There's nothing inside. It's just a model.
Sketch it, Esmeralda. A 10.
13.
Enough point. Let's
Natural
just
one,
sketch it.
which makes it 13 though.
I'll explain in a second. Blight, Esmeralda's just tried to draw a picture of this model of the castle and got a 13. Did you want to try a sleight of hand to draw a better picture? Because she showed it to you and it looked pretty shit.
This is an art attack. This is an art attack. This is art attack.
Sorry, say again. I've dropped. What just happened?
So as this is the model that's in the room. You're in the architect's room, and Esmeralda just tried to draw a picture but rolled a 13, so it looks pretty shit. Did you want to try
Okay.
a sleight of hand check to draw a better drawing?
Definitely, yeah.
I'm guessing.
No.
No, I don't know anything about that.
That's 16.
He drew it.
Oh,
What'd you
yes,
get, Blight?
that's great. I didn't really try that hard anyway. So.
16.
15.
16. 16.
Oh yeah, yeah. You managed to make a pretty good representation of it. It's good enough that you'd be able to refer to it, and I'd say you can come back to this map at any point if you wish to.
Lighty.
Bruce, you wanted to know if there's anything on here that's important. Just make a investigation check, which you can physically touch this. So. Yep. Okay. So, you study the model, and you look around it, and you think back to the dinner and where you stayed, and you try and grasp a sense of space. You remember when you looked out the window from the guest quarters, you could see across the roofs of the castle. So you presume that's somewhere in this large spire. It has to be large enough to hold rooms. It can't be in one of the smaller ones that you've broken. You wouldn't have fitted in there. So perhaps it's in these. And then you think back to when Blight flew down that shaft, and at the base was just an expanse of darkness and small catacombs, and you look to the base of the model where it's carved out of the rock, and you see what looks to be a small window. You'd assume this is underground level. You came in, you went straight into the dining hall. You were told not to go down. It sparks your interest.
Be an interesting point of entry.
You can see from the model it's windows on like it's basically like a bay window that comes out of the mountainside. The bit above it, you can see on the model is here. There's a couple of small houses, small round towers, and then just a balcony that looks over the precipice. You remember going over the bridge on the way in, and when you looked over the edge, it was a fall to almost certain death.
Yeah.
I'd say you have a good sketch with notes on Blight's hewn paper to be able to refer to this another time. I
There you go,
can't add
I've
it to
just
your journal because it's a map.
sketched it.
Oh, he's got it, guys. He got it.
I got most of the details.
Legend. Right. So as you crowd around the room,
Yeah, probably.
make a investigation check if you wish. What are you looking for? Specifically.
It's not dust.
Where'd you get an investigation? Okay.
Day. It's got a 20 investigation check.
Okay. You search around the room, and as you look at the wooden chest, you see how that the top is cracked and broken, but the base seems to be in good tact. And as you peer inside, the inside of the chest seems to be slightly higher than the bottom of the chest.
What?
You reach inside and feel around at the base, and as you pull it open, you see there's a book underneath in a secret compartment.
Ooh. I will open it.
Okay. And everybody does. And it is... Let me just have a look.
That was a builder's Bible to Strahd's castle.
So you see a book that's leather bound, and there's a large face carved into the leather in the front. As you read through it, the book contains intuition and insight exercises, and its words are changed with magic. You begin to study it and believe that studying it will benefit you in the long run.
What?
But it'll take more time than a quick look.
Okay.
Oh, right. As in, like,
Yeah, the
it's
book
not...
contains intuition and insight exercises, and its words are changed, are like charged with magic. You feel like more study over it would basically benefit you. Yeah.
Oh, I will pocket it.
Okay. So just put. Well, I'll tell you what it is if you don't look it up. It's a tome of understanding.
Okay.
I guess you could do identify on it anyway, wouldn't you? So just add it to your inventory as a tome of understanding for now.
Right.
I was kind of thinking opening this last door here before
Okay.
we go to the.
I'm gonna go for a
One
quick
of the
piss before
birds.
you open that door. That's a double door.
Oh no. Or if you'd rather, or if you'd rather go down. Yeah. That was the room with the chest in. I know, I feel like we're just gonna walk into a fucking trap that we can't see constantly. How do we stop that though? Constantly say to Paul, I'm investigating for a trap.
Yeah, every inch.
Yeah, like how? Yeah, because it would just kill us, wouldn't it? As a time thing. Yeah. If we suspect a trap, I suppose I could mage hand and like prod around in front. Yeah. Exactly.
Okay, so before you open the ones at the top, because you did open the ones at the back of the corridor, I'll just tell you what you see down there first. So you see a 10-foot long staircase separated by a 10-foot square landing that descends downwards, seeming to go to the level underneath. You want to go through the doors in the north?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Barging open, pushing open, glancing through.
Sneaky look.
So as you gently push these open, again, you're greeted with light from the other side. You can see as you look in, there are sconces on the wall that hold lit torches. And as you open further, you see the end of a table that stretches across the room. Covering the table is a magnificent feast. It fills the hall as you open the door with rich smells of cooked meats, sweet vegetables, piping hot gravy, and wine.
It's a trap.
It's an illusion. Can
Nobody
we
touch nothing.
detect?
When you do your divine sense, you get 30 feet, I'm guessing from the door, yeah? 60 feet, okay. You detect evil spirits sat at the table. See them.
Maybe we
Well,
should
you
leave this.
detect undead and evil. It's fucking awesome. You can't see anything though. The table just looks well lit and the table is laid.
I'm feeling that it's a trap. We should leave.
You do see another door in the north and the east, northeast side, and from here you know that would lead to the small balcony at the back of the main hall,
Well,
where
Solidus
there is
enters the
also a door
room.
to the
Oh
north.
god.
Oh boy.
Enters the room.
Fine, nothing happens.
I say, look, it's fine, guys. It's just a banquet in this creepy abandoned.
Don't touch the table. Don't eat anything.
Also say, this is almost like a parallel to Durst Manor. You had a tiny house that affected the house. You had a banquet that all turned to shit.
So it's not going to happen twice, is it? This will be a fine banquet.
Not gonna happen twice.
I just walk over and I sort of like,
No, don't touch it.
So Solidus, now you're close, you can see what there is. There is
Don't describe the
plates
food.
of plates of rich meat covered in gravy, vegetables, glasses of wine. There's like big serving platters. There's a big like green ewer which just looks like it would be filled with liquid. It's currently empty, but it would be filled with like a liquid, like maybe a cocktail or something like that. Silverware lines the plates. All of it's untouched and just steaming hot.
You carry on through. Let's go.
well, I think we should go through this door.
And go on through, yeah.
Okay. As you push it open, you see you're on the small crumbling landing. Which... How much do you weigh, Solidus?
Oh, geez, that's a personal
You can see as you
question.
open the door, it's all cracked, and you know from the other thing that some of it has collapsed onto the floor.
I say to everyone, I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
I'm a little heavy. I don't know. I do have some stats somewhere.
Yeah, it'll be in your... I
Description.
can't remember what it's called now. Yeah, description.
340 pounds.
As you step on it, you feel the ground slightly loose underneath you.
I say I
But
don't.
Esmeralda, as you stand, it's fine.
I say I'm probably too fat for this ride. You guys might have to carry on without me. And see what's in that door. Explore the doors.
You have to reduce your size. Is there anyone heavier than you?
I bloody hope
Solidus
not.
is the heaviest, yeah. Everyone else, I think, is
I could
under
reduce your
250
size
pounds.
if everyone gets across and then it's you last. I'll reduce your size if you want.
Well, let's see what's through the door
Oh
first.
God, I
It
still
might be.
wanna
There
see
might be
mini
another
Solidus.
cupboard.
Right, well, I'm going to nip across then because I'm light.
Okay, so you edge around, hugging the wall, staying away from the edge. And as you ease out, you don't get fireballed.
Mhm.
And you get to the door. Push it open.
Yeah.
So, as you open the door, you see a bare stone room consisting of a foyer to the east and a shrine to the west. Candlesticks draped in cobwebs stand in the four corners of the foyer. As you move in, you see your lights up the shrine. A faceless obsidian statue stands in a raised alcove at the western end of the chamber. Slumped before the statue are two desiccated corpses in tattered garments. Two pairs of alcoves line the north and south walls of the shrine.
Can I investigate the bodies, see if there's anything on them?
Yep. Make an investigation check. So I need you to also make a wisdom save.
18 on that.
18 on the wisdom save.
No, sorry, on the investigation.
Okay, what about the wisdom save?
13.
Okay. You start to look through the bodies, but all of a sudden you get this... You just get this ache in your chest, and you look up at the statue, and you just feel sadness just wash over you. And the more you look at the statue, the more you think, this is where I need to be. And you move to the statue and you begin to curl up around its feet, your arms wrapped around its legs, not feeling safe to move at all.
We've
And
lost Esmeralda.
Well,
you don't have the willpower to leave.
I turn to the group and I say, it was nice knowing her, but I don't think she's
Well, no
coming
one
back.
else is in there. She's gone and she hasn't come back.
Yeah.
I was
you.
planning to follow. going in.
Okay. As you enter the room, you see two corpses on the floor and Esmeralda curled up next to the statue, hugging its legs.
I'm great. I just, I need to be here.
tend to Cal. I tend to
Oh.
Callan. I say I think they're
Join
all
me.
dead.
Hmm.
We should
Join
go.
us. And
We
I
should
just
fog
enjoy this
all the
feast.
corpses.
Yes.
Who's your friend, Esmeralda?
They're also followers of the statue.
You just feel overwhelmed with sadness, like you're
Oh yeah.
what you're suffering from. You feel sadness for the statue. The statue, you just can't put into words how you feel, but you need to be there for it. You have to stay. You can't leave. I need to make a DC. Sorry, I won't tell you DC. I need to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
Okay. You feel this sadness begin to wash over you as you look into the statue and you see Esmeralda, but then your resolve just kicks in and you shake it off. Light, I need you to make the same. Wisdom saving throw.
16.
16. You lucky bastard. You again get this feeling wash over you, but you see your brother just shake it off and you do the same.
Yeah, I'm gonna come with and help.
Esmeralda, you have to resist this with all your might. And you can attack if you wish.
Oh god damn it.
I feebly kind of like claw a bit at them, but in
If
a
they
nodding
try
way.
and pull you off, you will try and kill them. You can't. You
Oh.
do not want to leave this statue.
All right.
Jesus Christ.
Wish I could get pulled off.
You
So
don't
Basically,
need
it's a
people.
decent attack that I'm going to be doing then if they're pulling me.
As Bruce and Blight, as you look at the situation that's unfolding, you just make a Arcana check. You can do it with advantage because there's two of you.
While this is all ongoing, I'm just gonna walk up the table and look at everything on the table.
Okay.
I got 4, so
Okay. So with the 21, Bruce, you survey the situation. You have an idea of how things work and how magic works. The
Nice.
bodies on the floor, you can see that there's no damage to them. They've starved to death. And with Esmeralda's reaction, you can see that she doesn't want to leave. Solidus, as you pace up and down the table, the food lures you in. But the thing that keeps catching your eye is this green copper ewer in the middle. It's just so elegantly carved and
Hmm.
God.
That's beautiful craftsmanship.
hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you have that in your head now.
Got you.
That dispels anything under level 3, right? Has no effect. Okay, it's higher than 4th level. 18 is the DC. Yeah.
Why don't you just smash the statue? Sorry.
It'll be on top of your spells. Depends if you use you probably use wisdom. It will say on your spell sheet. No, it'll say next to your spell attack. It should do. Hang on, let me look it up. You might want to use your luck on this one, mate. Menu, collections, campaigns.
Oh, I have a question. I'm sure I gave
Yeah.
someone. I've got little walkie-talkie stones. I'm sure I
Yep.
gave one to I think Bruce in the last session. Can I just be like,
Yeah.
Bruce, come in. Over. Everything okay in there? Over.
Good, okay.
Have you tried
Save is 15, Bruce.
smashing it? Over.
He can't get across the floor anyway, mate.
I'm too fat, I'm afraid. Over. There's a lovely copper thing on this table though. I'm kind of fancying it. Over. I pretend that Callan's not here. Over. I'm going through a tunnel and then I put the stone in my pocket.
Just staring at us all. Just like, what the fuck? Shrug. Oh well. I look at Irene and I'm like, shush your mouth.
Oh, mess.
Oh, so your spellcasting ability would be wisdom, won't it? So it's a wisdom check you need to make. What's your higher, wisdom or charisma? Be wisdom on it. Is it? I think. So basically, your spellcasting ability is what dictates how you do your magic. You either do it with wisdom or charisma. Your spell save is 15 and +3. Which one's got +3? It's +3, yeah. +3, and you got to be 18. Don't let it, dude. Is it 3 times a day? 3 times a day, then. I'll say in this case you can, because it's gonna be tricky. You just keep trying and trying to get rid of this charm that is just holding Esmeralda in place, but you can't. And the more you try, the more she clings to this statue.
Okay.
You could fucking try.
I punch Esmeralda.
Oh, it's fucking on.
Roll for attack. This is like that
Too late.
thing
He's
with the
done it.
brothers. Let him have it.
An armed strike, is it?
Yeah.
Yep.
19.
It's your AC, Esmeralda, right?
16, so yeah.
Roll for damage. D4 in it, so 4 damage to Esmeralda. Feel free to retaliate. Technically, you need to roll for initiative because you're starting combat. If you fight back, your options are
Did that say 0 damage?
5. 4, sorry. So
Oh, right, so it's 4. I used my reaction to half that, by the way.
okay.
Mhm.
So you react and take the blow and absorb some of the energy. You're as a character now.
I'm
You can
swinging
either,
back.
well, you can either defend yourself, but you won't leave the statue, or you can hold on to the statue stronger. Bear in mind, these guys starved to death. So
Oh,
yeah, they
God.
wanted to eat, but they couldn't. I'll let you play out. You decide.
So you're saying the pull might be a bit stronger because they're starved to death? No, I'd
Roll
probably would be
roll
clinging.
D20 if you want. Less
Yeah,
than 10, you stay. More than 10, you fight.
sounds like a plan.
While this is happening, I've got the stone back to my ear, and I sort of say to Callan and Irina, I was like,
13.
it sounds like they're fighting.
Yeah, you can hear all this.
You
13.
said more than 10 fight, did you say?
Yeah.
Right, I'm swinging a punch back then.
Punch your sword, your call, man.
Oh, I'm just going punch because he did a punch.
Okay.
That's that feral reaction. 21.
I really wish I'd knocked her out instead of just punching her.
21 hits, I think, Blight, didn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
4 damage.
Oh dear. Did you try smashing the statue? I don't know if I missed that part.
Bruce. Are you stepping in at this point? While the two punch each other? Okay. Oh, Jesus. What level
12.
is command
Well,
as a spell? Um, what I'm going to say, because you failed the thing on command, so I'm going to let you make another wisdom saving throw.
Me.
Yes. And you have to beat 16. If you beat 16, you come away. If you don't, you stay.
11.
The command breaks through her concentration for a minute, and you see her eyes, they lock onto yours, and her face is just pure, help me get out of this. I can't control it. And then after a couple of seconds, she's locked back into the statue.
Oh, hello. Oh, okay. Yes. Magic statue. Yeah. Statue. Okay. Have you tried cutting off her arms? Yes.
Are
Okay. Okay, yeah, sure. And then I sort of look to Irina and Callan and I say, I think Bruce is trying to cut off Esmeralda's arms. I'm not sure why. I heard some like
They
I heard
hit the
some,
sending stone. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah,
Is
I
it
imagine
like
it's like a
walkie-talkie stone? I'd imagine
small,
it
like,
only goes in your ear. Yeah.
yeah. And it sounded like they were fighting. And oh, there you are.
Just one thing I do want to point out: every time you walk across this balcony, you don't get hit by a fireball.
Good, that, isn't it? Mm. I think it's we're behind it.
Yeah, it's field of view maybe.
Mm.
Mess.
I was doing it, Bruce. I was doing it. Yeah, you. Yeah.
So she's possessed.
And I say, have you tried breaking the statue?
Is it an enchantment, Paul?
The spell
an enchantment?
is antipathy, or well, it's sympathy in this case. It's a sympathy spell at level 8. It's a spell. It's magic.
But it enchants the person.
Spelling it would have worked if you got to a high enough level.
I've got resistance against being charmed, but I don't know if this is being enchanted. I have an advantage against being enchanted.
Let me just have a quick look.
Sounds like a
I've
charm.
got the
Is
spell up here.
mighty, but I can't figure out
it's
what the fucking
enchantment.
charm.
It's
It
enchantment.
is an
yeah.
enchantment. Okay, so yeah, it's charm.
Yeah. If you described it to him, you'd
What's
know
the point
that-
in meditating every night if I can't get into a room with a statue? I'll just Sure. Okay. I'll go with him.
I will.
make a Arcana check. 10. Callan, do you want to make one? Try and do better.
An Arcana.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't get any.
I'm going to say
bonuses.
make it with advantage for you because you know
Oh,
about
okay.
enchantments
Thank God for that.
and how they affect you.
16.
Okay, yeah. So, from your understanding, as you know you're immune to them, there's often a range with these things. If you can break line of sight with the object causing the enchantment, often that will help. Sometimes it takes time. But
Okay.
there is often an area of effect and a time. You don't know exactly what it is for this, but that's your like knowledge of them from watching weaker men. But I mean, when you're away, it can take time.
I say, if you tried poking her eyes.
If we put try putting your cloak over the statue, maybe that might.
I'll put one on the statue and one on Esmeralda.
Or just
Just
Yeah,
cover
double
her
it.
head. Just fucking
Put her in a bag
throw
like
it
a
over her
snake
head.
until she calms down.
She's broken line of sight, but she's been in close vicinity.
You gotta do both. You'll be fine.
Yeah, I'll go try.
We're just punching each other in the meantime.
Yeah, you guys have punched each other one each, and have just sort of looked and gone, "Well, that didn't work."
Okay. I'll walk in. Okay.
What I will say, Bruce, is the power that you felt it when you came through this set of doors onto the balcony. The wrong thing. When you came through the set of doors, you felt almost like within range to an extent. But you don't feel it so much in here.
Get her in the banquet.
I'll take Are you two like these two just fighting each other?
No, they've.
Wait, I just
I guess
punched
you've
him.
taken stalemate, but like
Yeah, it's just
Ismail isn't
retaliation.
really reacting. So
So can I take
We
my
agree
cloak
to
off?
disagree.
Take my cloak off and just go walk up and put my cloak over the statue?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
It doesn't have any effect.
Okay, I'll just leave it on the statue.
I say to Bruce, would it help if I grabbed all the things on the table? Oh. Okay. I'm not the one.
If you
I'm
want
not the one
to
dry
just
humping
roll, I'm
statues.
happy for it to be a roll now. Above 10 you touch it, below 10 you don't.
It's fine. Let's just drop in the corner.
I'll say as well, no one's investigated the room yet.
I'll investigate the room. 'cause
No,
I'm gonna-
not you, Solus. I mean,
Oh.
the room where the bad shit's happening.
Or maybe they should.
How big is the statue?
I'm gonna have to quickly charge my phone.
Yeah, alright, mate. You're locked in for fucking life here, kids, so don't worry. The statue is 4 feet tall.
Oh, that's not very big at all.
You also
So-
notice, Callan, it depicts the same statue as the giant one in the large hall, but smaller. Make a perception check, because you're not investigating. Yeah, perception.
Okay, well, these two are like in stalemate.
What did you get,
Um,
Bruce? Okay. So, you noticed that to the north, in this alcove, before you got into the thing, it seemed different.
So putting my cloak over the statue doesn't actually do anything. These two are still. I mean,
Well, Blight's it's not charmed. You can talk to
Alright.
Blight. It's only Esmeralda.
okay.
Blight's just
And
punching
Esmeralda's
Esmeralda.
like not bothered that I'm like touching the statue.
No, you wouldn't be. You're not harming
Okay.
it in any way, so.
Can I push the statue over?
You can make a strength check. It's solid. It's carved out of like solid stone. It looks tough,
A strength check.
and there isn't much room to push it. If you know what I mean.
Well,
If you push
Pull-
it into the
pull
alcove,
it.
it wouldn't fall over.
pull it even.
Pull it if you want.
Pull it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strength check is. Oh, fuck off! It was a 19 and it rolled to a 1.
Um,
2.
You grip and pull, but it doesn't move.
I know what I
Esmeralda
can do.
looks up at you longingly, looking like you're hugging the statue.
I can shimmy up the wall behind it and use my legs to push it
Okay, push with advantage.
rather than.
Strength check with advantage.
Okay. 20.
No. Doesn't budge.
What?
No. It's solid rock.
Then I will put the cloak over Esmeralda's head instead of the statue.
Okay.
Like just throw it over her.
Esmeralda, how do you want to deal with that?
Just overpower the bitch.
Statue, I'm happy.
You're still next to it, so
Yeah, I'm just gonna. Do I have a rope?
you can try and grapple.
Grapple.
Okay, let's work as a team. No. I'll grab her legs.
So grapple with advantage. So I guess it's going to be your strength versus Esmeralda, either your strength or dex. And one of you can roll it with advantage, whoever's stronger, between Blight and Callum.
I've only got a +1, so.
You're
Blight?
stronger than me. We're just mere weak elves, aren't we?
Yeah, we're gonna get thrown across the room.
Yes.
little Christmas elves.
I love this.
Uh,
Esmeralda's like pretty much the only woman apart from Irina, but she's hench as
Right.
fuck.
So we got 16.
16. Esmeralda, Dex, or Strength, you choose.
I did Dex, which is my strongest, and I got 6.
Okay, all right. You
Bring
managed
the bitch
to,
down.
between the two of you, having the coat over her head, or cloak over her head, managing to wrap that round on the top half and pick her up by the legs. You managed to pick her up in front of the statue without much hassle. She doesn't fight. Her proximity hasn't moved, and you feel a very little resistance. So, Esmeralda, you are now in the status of grappled,
Grapple.
which, let me just refer to my
King
D&D
grapples.
custom Dungeon Master screen. And you are a grappled creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot benefit from any bonus of its speed. The condition ends if the grapple is incapacitated. Yeah, you can't move basically.
Okay.
I think unless you're, I'm gonna say with what you did, you've probably restrained them. So you'd have advantage on attacks because they've got your arms, they've got your legs. Yeah. What
Yeah, so I think we've got
you're currently both holding her.
I shout through to say we've managed to contain her.
Irina, send in the fireball.
We come cooperatively drag her this way. Drag her out the doors.
I mean, as soon as you move, you will resist Esmeralda, but you are going to be at disadvantage with anything you do.
Yeah, well, as each sort of meter passes, I guess I'm going to be trying to.
Yeah, just roll every block, roll an attack with disadvantage. You choose against who?
24.
Ooh.
That's with disadvantage.
Oh wait, sorry.
Yeah, and this is unarmed strike.
9.
9. Okay. So you managed to move 10 feet. Who's on legs and who's on arms out of you and Blight? Callum and Blight.
I did say I grabbed the legs first.
You grab legs, so Blight's on
Yeah,
arms. So if you're hitting, you're aiming at Blight. If you're kicking, you're aiming at Callum. Next 5 feet, roll for an attack, Esmeralda, with disadvantage.
Ten.
Who you kicking or hitting?
Kick.
10, Callum?
No.
No. You get another 5 feet. Well, 10 feet, we'll say. Roll again, Esmeralda. Arms or legs? Before you roll. Arms. Blight, this is against you.
18.
Hit. So Blight, as Esmeralda punches up, she manages to get out of the restraint on your end. You can try and counter that, and I'll say it's strength against strength.
Okay, yeah.
Sorry,
So
Max, you
Esmeralda, make a strength
just
roll.
watch us struggle.
Blight, make a strength roll.
21.
7.
Esmeralda, you've broken free with your arms. Callan has your legs. Yeah, you can see him now, mate. Fireball. At this point, it's just dropped Esmeralda, so I'm gonna give. Currently, Callan's the only person with Esmeralda's feet. If Esmeralda does a kick and beats Callan, then she's free. Roll for attack, Esmeralda. Okay. In that case, Esmeralda, make a strength check on Callan. With Callan with this ability, you might be able to drag her out. So strength
8.
8. Callan, strength with advantage.
11.
Okay. So, yeah, thank fuck. So you managed to drag Esmeralda kicking and screaming,
I'm
scraping
as
across
strong
the
as
marble
3 balls.
out of the door. As this area breaks, Esmeralda, your draw to the statue becomes less.
Yeah.
Was you going through
Yeah,
25
yeah.
or was you going through
I
here?
don't. Well, we were going through this door on the end.
Okay.
I think if we all
You
stood on
pull her in,
this landing, we'd all just
thingy.
fall through.
and you enter
Room to the
death
unknown room.
Yeah, there's about 8 of these statues in here. Esmeralda's just frothing at the mouth.
See,
She don't know where to look.
you enter a narrow room that has an arrow slit in the center of the south wall.
Oh, okay.
It's 10 feet high, it's small, there's nothing else in here.
God.
As you get through the door,
We're just punching you in the face. Go to
and
sleep, go
Blight
to sleep, go to
charges
sleep.
in behind and you push it behind. Esmeralda, you sort of come to a little bit. You're semi-conscious. You know that something's affecting you and something's drawing you to that statue. And you just want to wait it out.
I take
You
my
just
cloak
want to
off first.
rest.
You daft cow.
I don't know what's happened, but I need to rest. I feel tired.
Well, I
What-
feel as
what-
strong as a bull.
What's been going on?
Punched me. I can't believe you did that.
I
Yeah.
punched you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
The face.
I obviously wasn't myself. I wouldn't do that without due cause.
Can I go back into the room and cover the statue again with the cloak?
You can, but from what you've done, you realize that covering it won't do anything. It's proximity to the statue that's affecting it.
Right.
The magic is strong. If you can dispel the magic, it'll be safe. If you can't, then there's always a risk.
Did you say there was something going on up here?
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
Callum, as you just make an investigation check if you're investigating against the wall.
Okay. God, that's good.
I'll say with advantage because you've got Bruce who pointed it out to you.
Okay. Even with advantage?
That was your
Still
idea.
shit. It's 12.
Well, I'll let it pass.
Thank you.
You're going to find it eventually.
Yeah.
You feel around the wall, and with the time and the quiet of having got Esmeralda out, you take your time, and eventually you find that the wall isn't a wall. There's a hinge and there's a door, and there is a door there that you can open if you wish.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish.
Um.
Show me the money.
So, as you pull open the door, you're instantly pushed back by hundreds of skulls that
Oh.
fall out of this door into the room, and it almost washes you away like a tide. You hold your ground, gripping your fingers against the amber that's embedded in the wall, and you hold yourself steady as as skulls just wash between your feet.
Still got
You
bull
look
strength,
in.
didn't I?
You have still got bull strength.
Yeah.
You look in and you see a 10-foot by 10-foot chamber.
Huh.
And
Is it like some sort of office prank?
the ceiling is 30 foot high, and you see that the skulls that have fallen out would have been packed to roughly 30 feet in there. There are still skulls ahead of the chamber, which you can start to pull through.
Yeah.
Um,
Sort of.
as you look up, you can see in the darkness at the 30-foot high ceiling of dark, just matter is an upside down iron chest with a barrel shaped lid.
What?
So basically, stuck on the ceiling, which is 30 feet above where you are on this pile of skulls, which you're now in, is a chest stuck upside down to the roof.
So there's a chest on the roof.
Mhm.
Crazy times. Okay. Okay. Right. Is anyone? Fucking hell, I don't know. I'll come back to the door and explain
Okay.
what the hell's just happened.
So
Okay.
you get back to Bruce, Irina. Solidus is just chilling in the party room.
I think his ears are gonna prick up in a minute when I say chest.
Blight is with Esmeralda.
Doff my ears, deceive me.
Not without assistance.
What happens if they close their eyes?
It's the crumbling floor he
Ah.
can't get past. He's too fat. If you had two immovable rods, you'd be able to make a little thingy. Amber isn't stone, no.
You could probably.
The walls are covered with amber. They're not made of amber. This is hewn into a mountain, so the walls are rock, but there is a lining of amber across everything. If you chiseled the amber off, and you could use stone shape.
I mean, you could probably stand on somebody's shoulders and then use the rod. Maybe.
I'd say if you put the rod in the middle, it's about a 20-foot leap and a swing. It'd take a pretty good acrobatics check.
Yeah.
Blight can't lift Solidus though. Oh, what are you talking about? The chest?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Blight can open the chest easy. I thought we were talking about getting Solidus across to where you are, because he's currently in the dining room.
Yeah.
Don't worry about trying to get me there. You need to get back here.
So Solidus touching things on the table. At this point, Esmeralda isn't past the wisdom save, and Blight has currently passed it for now.
Is there any like
It's going to take 24 hours for Esmeralda to recover.
Can I stand in this little room and like look to see if there's any kind of switch or
Make an investigation check in the room of bones.
The room of bones.
maybe it's like a switch or something that comes down. I don't know. What, investigation.
Yeah. You're just feeling around the walls, feeling through the pile of bones at your feet.
19.
You manage to find a similar door on the other side. But that's it.
Oh, what, like
You want to push it open?
the door I just came in. You mean?
Like the door you just came in?
Yeah, give it a little push.
Right.
Gently push.
You push open that door and you feel the bones underneath your feet slide as you enter a chamber. Now, this 15-foot high room contains trappings of royalty, ornate furniture, exquisite rugs and tapestries, and decorative statuary. Everywhere you look, lit candelabras atop small tables. The beauty of decor is undone by thick dust and cobwebs. Standing in the center of the room is a decrepit skeleton clad in tattered robes. Red pinpoints of light burn from the skeleton's eye sockets. He looks towards you as you enter the room and says, "Do I know you?" And that's where we'll call it tonight. Because next time it's going to be in person and it'll be sweet.
Daddy! Shit. Oh, dear.
Oh man. Fucking. We need to get the tunes on.
Tunes.
Need to paint my miniature.
Top session. I need to write everything that's happened in this episode because we didn't record it. Have you? Oh, sweet. That's cool. Yeah, I can get most of the stuff from there. But we leave it with Esmeralda
animated,
waiting 24 hours for the charm to wear off. Blight watching over her. Solidus eager to touch the copper pewter on the table.
Delicious.
Callan entering a room with this skull-headed figure dressed in royal robes in a room that looks the best you've seen, but still covered with dust and decor. And Bruce and Irina stood on a crumbling platform behind a statue that deals out fireballs. Welcome to the Amber Temple, boys.
Hard, isn't it?
Oh, mate, you've done well.
That's easy.
Yeah, you felt the power ebb, like you felt the draw ebb from you as you entered here, and you feel it gets stronger as you enter here.
Maybe this guy can turn it off or something.
This one's on him.
Just make a from what you've seen, Callan, just make a Arcana check.
Okay, Arcana is shit, but there we go. 10.
10.
Hmm.
You sense strong magic, but you're not sure what. Like, you look at him and you think it's a skull, but it looks alive. And it's not just a floating skull. You don't know what it is, but you know it's powerful. And you can sense power in the room.
Okay. Well, I mean, just look at the room.
Sweet! Oh, God. Well, fucking ace session, guys.
What was he doing when I entered the room? Just by the way.
He was just sat
He
in a
just
chair.
stood there. Oh, he's just sat in a chair.
He was touching
Almost
himself.
like hunched over, stood
Yeah.
near him.
Oh,
This
he
was his
caught me.
smile. Hello, do I know you?
Yeah. Third, is it? About 1 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah.
We're gonna set a proper time, aren't we?
Should be.
Fine. Okay.
I'm getting 2 packs of new dice coming as well. For special. Halloween dice, man. For special.
I don't know.
It's a
actually.
Saturday, isn't it?
It's Saturday.
Mm.
I'll get back to you on that.
Well, me and Kurt are going to talk about Sarah maybe coming to stay at mine. And then that would be the best option because then it would be Boy's house. But if that doesn't happen, then James can come and stay at mine. Bond can stay at Kurt's. Alex, you drive. Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah. But me and James can fly, so there's more beds, basically. Fly, you fools. Yeah. I mean, an Esmeralda, right? A new character.
This one's left here. Yeah.
Hey, no one's died yet.
I'll be old Red Skull.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised Solidus
Commentator's
didn't
curse
touch
right there.
anything. Alex,
Well,
credit to you.
I felt like it was going to complicate an already complicated situation.
It would
Which
have
is
very much complicated everything.
That's
Probably drawing me to do it more, actually.
I know.
just
Yeah, it'll
salute your major restraint there, because I know how much you wanted to touch something on that table.
Oh,
Yeah.
Be fun though.
He's in a room on his own. It's like it's like when you tell it's like when the dogs are not allowed up on the city and like they you leave
Yeah.
the room and the dogs just instantly go up on the couch. That's how this is in a room on his own. He said, "Don't touch the stuff." Just get back in the car and go home.
Your drink waiter for the evening.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
I'll bring
Fucking
it.
ace, so guys. I'm so glad we're back on it. Like, yeah,
In a while.
No, it's
proper
okay.
good session as well.
Cool.
GG.
Cool. Right. See
That's
you in a couple of weeks.
See you in a bit.
A bit.
Bye.
Bye.
See you later. Bye bye.
Bye.